Hello guys, welcome to the fiction series. Today we are gonna see, what if Naruto got a Sonic Harem? Part 1. Huge shout out to King Sora 3 for this story. If you want more awesome fanfiction like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So without wasting any time, let's get into the video. This is the story about a very special boy who lives in Konoha, also known as the village hidden in the leaf. 13 years ago, a giant nine-tailed fox appeared out of nowhere, and it began to attack the village. It made lots of chaos and killed many innocent people along with the shinobi of the village. However, one man was able to stand up to the beast and managed to fight it. But he sacrificed himself and sealed a newborn baby. This man was known as Minato Namikaze, the Hidden Leaf's Yellow Flash, and the fourth Hokage. As for the newborn baby in which the Ninetales is sealed in, his name is Naruto Uzumaki, and he is the son Minato Namikaze and the red-hot-blooded habanero Kushina Uzumaki. Naruto was supposed to be treated as a hero who helped defeat the demon fox, but the villagers accused him of being the reincarnation of demon who attacked their village and killed their family and friends. While he was growing up, many of the villagers and shinobi would always ignore him and look at him with anger, contempt, or fear. Whenever he walked around the village, the citizens would always ignore and glare at him behind his back and whisper something. Naruto never had any friends because the parents told their children to stay away from him. He only had one person who treats him nicely and always treats him to his favorite food, which is ramen, and that is the third Hokage himself, who he would always call Old Man. There was also the Ichirakus, who owns the ramen restaurant he always goes to as he met them on a rainy day. However, he did become friends with someone who became very precious and important to him. But she vanished. He looked all over the village for her and tried to leave, but nobody didn't care, except for the old man. He grew to hate them and would sometimes attack them. It was some time after Naruto started the academy, he met this girl and became best friends with her. However, 2 days after his birthday, she vanished right in front of him. After that, Naruto just became violent and would attack anybody who said anything bad about her or tried to take the gift he got from her on his birthday. But after a talk with the old man, Naruto returned to his normal prank-loving knucklehead self. But some of the villagers along with the shinobi were still fearful of him, especially some of the academy students, because of his behavior. So Naruto has been working hard to get everyone to acknowledge him. Speaking of the academy, this year would be the last time where those who were at the academy would become ninjas. All Naruto had to do was to pass a genin exam, which would be his one step closer to being a ninja, and then being the Hokage so that the villagers would acknowledge him and not treat him like trash, and to search for his missing best friend. But sadly that failed when he couldn't do a simple clone jutsu and failed. Just when his hopes of reaching his dream would die down, his other sensei Mizuki told him that there was another way for him to pass. All Naruto had to do in order to pass was to steal the forbidden scroll of seals and go far away from the village and go to a house that was there. We currently see the blonde hair, six-whiskered cheek, orange jumpsuit wearing, soon-to-be Hokage, panting in exhaustion from trying to master the jutsu that was in the scroll, which was strapped to his back. Naruto! The voice of Iruka Yumino shouted, staring down at him. Oh! Hey Iruka-sensei! What are you doing here? Naruto asked, smiling sheepishly and rubbing the back of his head. What am I doing here? What are you doing stealing the scroll? Iruka asked, waiting for an answer for him. Guess you caught me, huh? And I only had time to master one jutsu, Naruto said sheepishly, earning a surprised look from his teacher/big brother. Iruka looked surprised for a moment before he saw how dirty Naruto's clothes is. He's been practicing. Listen, Iruka-sensei, I'm gonna show you this amazing new technique and you're gonna let me graduate, and everything is going to be okay. That's the way it goes, right? Naruto asked happily, causing Iruka to get a confused expression. Huh? Where'd you get that idea from? Mizuki-sensei told me about it, believe it! Naruto exclaimed as he turns around, showing the scroll. He told me where to find the scroll in this place. He trailed off, seeing the shocked expression on his teacher's face. Mizuki? Iruka asked. He couldn't understand it. Why would Mizuki? The Chunin instructor heard something and turned his head, seeing Kunes heading towards them. Look out! He shouted as he pushed Naruto out of the way and got hit by the Kunes. I see you found our little hideaway. Naruto and Iruka turned to the voice and saw a silver-haired Chunin with 2 giant shurikens on his back and an evil grin on his face standing on a tree branch. So that's the way it is, huh? I should have known you'd be behind this, Mizuki, Iruka said, ignoring the pain he was in from the Kunes. Huh? Huh? Naruto asked, looking back and forth between his teachers in confusion. Naruto! Give me the scroll, Mizuki told him. Wait, what's going on? Naruto asked. What just happened? Why did Mizuki-sensei attack Iruka-sensei? Naruto! Don't let Mizuki get the scroll, Iruka told him also. It contains forbidden jutsu that can put this village in grave danger. Mizuki used you to get the scroll for himself to gain power. What? A shocked Naruto asked as he looked to Mizuki. This was all a trick. Naruto, Mizuki spoke, grinning at him. Iruka is just trying to scare you so that you won't have the scroll. He saw the confused look on his face and watched him turn to Iruka. Stop lying, Iruka said, taking out the last kunai out of his shoulder. Don't let him get to you, Naruto. Mizuki chuckled evilly. Oh, I'll tell you who's really lying. No, Mizuki. They've been lying to you your whole life, Naruto. Since the decree that was made 12 years ago. Decree? Naruto asked. Everyone knows about this except for you. What is this decree? Why does everyone else know about it? Naruto asked, wanting to know. Don't tell him it's forbidden, Iruka shouted. The decree is that no one can tell you that the nine-tailed fox is inside you. Naruto's eyes widened in shock and disbelief as a gasp escaped his lips. The fox spirit that killed Iruka's parents and destroyed our village has taken over your body. You are the nine-tailed fox, Mizuki exclaimed. Stop it! Iruka roared. Naruto just stood there in complete shock, and as realization hit him. The whisperings, the stares, everyone ignoring him, all that because he had the nine tails sealed inside him. He didn't even notice that Mizuki took out one of his shuriken while laughing. It's time for you to die, Naruto, he said as he launched his shuriken at Naruto, watching him still standing there. No way, the nine tails is inside me, he asked himself as time seems to have stopped in an instant. Naruto opened his eyes and saw that he was inside a white space. He blinked and looked around before his eyes widened comically. What is this? Where am I? He starts to run around in circles, waving his arms up and down frantically. Hey! A male voice called out. How did I get here? Why am I here? Naruto asked as he frantically looked around trying to find an exit of some sort. Excuse me? Another male voice spoke up as well, but was ignored as Naruto continued to scream. Am I dead or something? He's ignoring us. A third voice sighed in annoyance. I think he's too busy freaking out. Hey! Naruto Uzumaki! Chill out. Naruto instantly stopped freaking out and looked around the white space, a comical freaked out expression on his face. Huh! Who said that? Up here! Naruto looked up and saw 3 glowing balls of light coming towards him. One was cobalt blue, the second was crimson red, and the third one was pure white, a cyan aura surrounding it. Naruto blinks and rubs his eyes, looking at the 3 floating orbs. What the heck? Are you guys talking? Yeah. Though it was kind of hard with you and the screaming, the white ball said. Naruto laughed sheepishly at that as he scratched his head. Sorry. He blinks at them and points at them angrily. Hey! I have every right to be freaked out. I don't even know where the heck I am, believe it! I don't even know who or what you floating orb things are. Kid's got a point. The blue ball chuckled. Whatever. The crimson ball said in annoyance. He was acting like an idiot running around in circles like that. Who are you calling an idiot? Naruto demanded as he came up to the crimson ball, a red vein on his head. You obviously. The crimson ball said as Naruto growled. This thing was starting to sound like Sasuke. That does it. I'm gonna kick your butt. Naruto tried to punch it, but Red moved away and knocked him down by hitting his head. The Uzumaki blinks and looked up at Red. That all you got? Naruto growled, comical veins appearing on his head. He stood up, getting ready to charge at Red again. Whoa! 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 White exclaimed as he and Blue backed Crimson and Naruto away from each other. We're not here for a fight. We came here to finally talk to you, Naruto. Heh? How do you guys know my name? And who are you? Naruto asked, raising an eyebrow at him. Hold on a sec, dude. We need a change of scenery, Blue said, much to Naruto's confusion. The whiskered blonde heard something and looked down to see the white space change into a green grassy field. He looks up and saw the sky had appeared and the sun was shining brightly on him. Whoa! What's this? Naruto asked as he looked around. This is Green Hill. It's from our world. Blue spoke up from behind him. Huh! Naruto turns around to face the three balls of light, but what he saw shocked him comically as a dumbfounded, confused expression appeared on his face. What he saw wasn't spirits but instead was three hedgehogs. Hey! The blue one waves at him. Naruto screamed as he examined them. The hedgehog who spoke first is Blue. He has emerald jade eyes, red sneakers with a white stripe on them, and each sporting a golden buckle. He also had white gloves, his muzzle and arms were peach-colored. The second one was black. He had red streaks on his spiky quill, red eyes, and white fur on his chest. He had on white gloves with rings around him. And his sneakers were white, black, red and yellow. The third and last one was more silver-colored. He has white fur on his chest surrounding his neck with yellow eyes and tan skin on his muzzle. He wears white gloves with cyan circles on them with lines sticking out of the bottom leading to his golden bracelets accented in cyan. The tops of his boots are of a similar fashion with a red gem set in gold. The rest of his boots are navy blue, white and cyan. He has two large spines at the back of his head, while at the front of his forehead there are 5 distinct spines flared up and back, the 2 final ones covering up most of his ears. Holy crap! Talking hedgehogs? Naruto yelled in disbelief, backing away from them, which made the blue hedgehog chuckle sheepishly. Should have seen that one coming. The silver one deadpanned. Moron. The black one muttered as he shook his head, though Naruto heard him. Okay. Who the heck are you guys? Naruto demanded as he stepped back. And how are you talking? My name's Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. The blue hedgehog introduced himself, grinning and pointing at himself with a thumbs up. I'm Shadow the Hedgehog. The black hedgehog introduced himself, crossing his arms. And my name is Silver the Hedgehog. The silver hedgehog introduced himself, waving. Sonic, Shadow, and Silver? Naruto looked at the hedgehogs as he called out their names. He then shook his head, holding it. Okay, I'm dreaming. This has to be a dream. Dude, if this was a dream, your dream specifically, then there would be 1,000,000 bowls of ramen everywhere. Sonic deadpanned. Naruto giggled as drool escaped his lips. Oh yeah, 1,000,000 bowls of ramen. He slapped himself and wiped the drool away. Alright, if this isn't a dream, then how did I get here? We're inside your mind, genius. Shadow replied in an annoyed tone, My mind! I have 3 hedgehogs inside my head, Naruto asked before Shadow punched him upside the head. Oh. Will you shut up and focus? The black hedgehog asked. Okay, sheesh, Naruto exclaimed, rubbing his head. So if we're inside my mind, then where did you come from? The hedgehogs looked at each other and back at Naruto. The funny thing is, we don't know, Silver said. Huh? Naruto tilted his head to the side. What he means is that we don't remember, Sonic said, scratching his head in confusion. It's faint, but I somehow remember that we were fighting something. After that, everything became blank, Shadow said, shaking his head. Then we found ourselves here with a giant 9-tailed fox behind a cage, Silver finished as Naruto's eyes widened in shock and disbelief. That guy's got some serious attitude problems, Sonic said, putting his arms behind his head. Tried to have a nice conversation with him, and he gets all angry, saying how he's the oh-so-mighty 9-tails fox and that he's going to rip us to pieces. Guy needs to take a chill pill. If that paper wasn't on the cage, I'd teach that overgrown fox a lesson on who's the strongest there is, Shadow said. So it's really true, Naruto spoke up, looking down sadly, getting the hedgehog's attention. It's really sealed inside of me. He blinks and looks around fearfully. Wait a second, where is it? Yeah. Sonic trailed off. Let's just say we sent you to another part of your mind, so that way we can have a friendly chat with you. Oh. Naruto sighed in relief. And we seriously gotta be honest with you, Naruto, Silver spoke up. We've been inside of you the second you were born. Huh? Naruto had a dumbfounded expression. You guys were inside of me after I was born? Yup. Right before the 9-tails was sealed inside you, Sonic exclaimed. In other words, we saw what happened when that masked man came and attacked your parents, Shadow added, and that made Naruto's eyes widen at the mention of his parents. You saw my mom and dad? The preteen asked as he grabbed Shadow's shoulders and began to shake him. What happened to them? Please tell me. I want to know. A vein appeared above Shadow's head as he flipped Naruto over his shoulder. Oh. If you really want to know, then shut up and listen, Shadow said, looking down at Naruto with half-lidded eyes. This guy is too much like Sasuke, Naruto thought. Okay, so this masked man found out that your mom, Kushina Uzumaki, was the second host of the 9-tails. Silver started as Naruto sat up with widened eyes. Just moments after you were born, he popped out of nowhere and killed the third Hokage's wife and another woman. After that, he held you hostage and placed paper bombs at you. Your dad managed to catch you and teleported to another location where you'll be safe, Shadow continued. But that was what the man wanted. He wanted your father out of the way so that he can kidnap your mother and then get the 9-tails out of her. He looked down. And your father was too late to stop him. But he did save your mother and brought her to you, so that she can keep you safe. After the fox was unleashed, the masked creep did something to him and sent him to attack the Leaf Village. Sonic finished. Your dad and the creep fought each other, and he up and disappeared, leaving the fox to destroy the village as many people, your father included, fought him. So what happened next? Did the fourth Hokage came and fought also? Naruto asked. The hedgehogs looked at each other, then back to him. About that, Sonic said, scratching his head, a conflicting expression on his face. See, the thing is, after leading the 9-tails further away from the village, your mom volunteered to have it resealed inside her, but the fourth Hokage denied it, and decided to have it seal in you. But I don't understand, why didn't my dad say anything to stop him? Naruto demanded, a bit angry that his father didn't stop the fourth Hokage to seal the 9-tails inside him. Because he is your father, Naruto, Silver answered. Naruto gasped as his eyes widened in complete and utter shock and disbelief. What? The fourth Hokage is your dad, Sonic said softly. Naruto didn't say anything as his eyes widened further from the news. His father is the fourth Hokage? The same man he looked up to as the greatest hero in the village was his father all along. Various emotions ran through his eyes as he looked down, hair shadowing his eyes. With the Nine-Tails chakra being too immense to seal in an infant, your father made it so that he can cut the beast's chakra in half, sealing the in half in himself. Shadow continued. The Nine-Tails realized what was going to happen was about to kill you. But your parents used themselves as shields and protected you from it. They risked their lives to protect you, their only child. Naruto never said anything. He still had his head down and was trembling. Kid? Sonic asked. Why? Naruto repeated before tears came out his eyes. Why did he seal the Nine-Tails fox inside his own son? Does he have any idea what I've been through because of that? Did he even already know that something like this would happen to me? Naruto. Sonic and his fellow hedgehogs looked at each other sadly. Listen, Naruto. Your father didn't know that would happen to you, Silver said. Before he died, your father requested the third Hokage to tell everyone to see you as a hero. Naruto looked at Silver in confusion. He's right, Sonic agreed. That was your dad's final wish to everyone in the Leaf Village. He truly believed that they will see you as a hero, and some of them did. As for the others, well, not so much, but that's only because the Nine-Tails kill all of their loved ones and more or less resent you for it. And as for the why he did it, the reason why he did it was because he believed in you, Shadow stated. What do you mean? Naruto asked, wiping the tears away. Out of all the infants in the leaf, why do you think he chose you, his own son, to seal the Nine-Tails? Seeing Naruto's confused expression made Shadow continue. It's because he believed in you. He believed that you alone would someday learn how to control the Nine-Tails' power, making it your own, and change the shinobi world for the better. He did? Naruto asked in a whisper. Believe it! Silver smiles, using Naruto's catchphrase, though he did frown at what he said next. You wouldn't believe how much your parents loved you, and if it wasn't for that masked man, then you'd still have them. But if that's true, then why didn't the old man tell me? Naruto asked. Well, actually, he did tell you, remember? Sonic asked. You asked him what were your parents like, and he said that they were incredible ninjas. And he was right. Naruto's eyes widened before he rubbed his sheepishly. Also, if he were to tell you that you was the son of a famous Hokage, you would probably shout it out for the entire village to hear like an idiot, Shadow said, making Naruto glare at him. Look, he didn't tell you who they really were because your dad had lots of enemies, and if they found out about you, then you'd be in serious danger. Your father's enemies would take their revenge out on you by killing you. That's also why he didn't tell the village about the fourth being your father, though the people who look at you as hero already figured it out. Naruto gulped nervously at that as blue lines covered his face. Oh, that makes sense. The me getting killed part at least. Besides, even though you never made a friend before because of the grown-ups, you kind of did. Remember? Silver asked with a smile. Yeah, her. Naruto said as memories of him meeting a girl flashed through his mind, making him smile. My best friend. He smiled sadly at the memories. She and him were quite similar to each other that it was no wonder the two bonded the day they met. All the fun things they've done together, the pranks him actually, pulled together, he wished he would go back to those days before she vanished. He really missed seeing her face and often wondered what she was doing right now. When he finds her, he was going to introduce her to Irika-sensei. Naruto then blinked as he realized something. Oh crap! I forgot about Irika-sensei. I gotta save him from Mizuki. Calm down, Shadow said. Your teacher is safe. When you entered your mind, we managed to stop time all around you. Still, I have to help him, Naruto exclaimed, Mizuki tricked me to stealing something important, and I want to kick his sorry ass. Okay, Sonic said happily as a grin formed on his face. Wait a second, Naruto said. What about you guys? Will I be able to see you in the real world or something? Dude, we've been with you since you were a newborn. Sonic deadpanned as Naruto looked sheepish. The blue hedgehog then looks down sadly. Besides, this is the last time you'll see us. Huh? Naruto asked. What was Sonic talking about? Our time is coming to an end, Shadow said. We'll be leaving soon. What? Naruto asked wide-eyed. What do you mean leaving? You guys just can go yet. You just said you've been with me since I was born. Now that I met you, you're just going to leave? He just couldn't understand. What was the problem? Why did they have to go already? I'm sorry, Naruto. Silver shook his head sadly. We've been holding on for a long time just to finally meet you. And now that we did, it's time to say goodbye. Shadow finished. But... Naruto was about to yell but then looks down, tears gathering in his eyes. That's not fair. He didn't want to say goodbye to them. If anything, he hoped that they would stay with him, that way he would be able to get the chance to know them better. Because honestly, Naruto see the hedgehogs as older brothers he wished he had, even though they just recently met. But knowing that they'd been inside of him since he was born, that told him they were always looking out for him. He also wanted to learn more about their world and where they came from. Naruto felt a pat on his leg and looks down, seeing Sonic smiling up at him. Cheer up, Naruto. Before we hit the road, we have something to give you. The blue blur told him. Think of it as a late birthday present. A late birthday present? Naruto asked, a surprised look on his face. He looks at Shadow and Silver, seeing them nod their heads at him. They have a present for him? He didn't expect that. What is it? Close your eyes, Sonic ordered. Naruto blinks from that but did so anyway. Once he did, Sonic, Shadow, and Silver turned into their former forms and circled around Naruto as 7 colored emeralds appeared around them. You may not see us again, kid, Shadow said, but we'll never forget about you. Deep down, we'll still always be with you, Silver continued. Through the good and bad times, even when things seem hopeless. You have a strong will that can't be broken, no matter what situation you're in. You stay true to your word and you never give up no matter how hard things are. Sonic said happily. That's what makes you special and what makes you Naruto Uzumaki, Shadow said. The next Hokage of the Leaf Village, Silver continued. And one awesome ninja, Sonic finished. The 3 balls of light stopped spinning. They combined into one and floated in front of Naruto's chest just as the emeralds began to glow. Guys, Naruto said in a soft whispered tone as tears starts to fall from his closed eyes. He felt touched by their words, and he could tell that they meant every word of it. No one has ever said such honest things to him about himself. The only person he knows who did say such things was her. We leave this gift, our legacy, the 3 said in sync as they began to enter Naruto's chest. To you, real world. Time seems to have returned to normal as the large shuriken came flying at Naruto. Naruto, get down! Iruka shouted. When Naruto didn't move, he was about to jump in and take the hit. However, clang! Both Chunin eyes widened in shock as a green energy barrier appeared in front of Naruto, deflecting the shuriken away and embedded itself into a tree. They looked at the weapon before turning to Naruto, seeing his eyes were being shadowed. Their pupils shrank when they saw blue, crimson and cyan aura appear around his whole body as he reared his head back and let out a scream. Music, His World E3 version, Sonic the Hedgehog, 2006. Wah! They formed into a pillar around Naruto as they erupted into the sky, causing the Chunin to cover their eyes from it. What the hell is this? Mizuki asked, trying to open his eyes. Is the fox being released? Iruka asked in a scared tone. No. I don't sense any demonic chakra. What's happening to him? As Naruto continued to scream and the Chunin covered their eyes, they didn't see that 7 glowing emeralds had appeared and were spinning around the pillar. The emeralds soon flew off and disappeared. What in the world? Inside his office, Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage, is watching the events take forward from his crystal ball. He cursed Mizuki for telling Naruto his burden and was starting to get worried for his surrogate grandson. Naruto, what's happening to you? The pillar faded away and both Chunin uncovered their eyes. They looked towards where Naruto was standing and gasped in shock at what they saw. There before them is an all-new, all-different Naruto Uzumaki. Seeing how Naruto was the shortest one in class, he definitely gotten taller, going past Sasuke's height a little bit. His spiky hair got longer, gaining 6 short spiky quills, similar to a hedgehog, and it had red streaks in them. His face has lost its baby fat and became angular, while his features were more sharper. He wore a black sleeveless shirt, showing off his now muscular build arms, a white vest, with green trims and fur on the collar, a white cloth and blue pants. He wore some odd shoes. The shoes themselves had a smooth red surface, with a white line going through it, while the heel region was black. Around the rim of the soles, the shoes have cyan strips of metal on the rear and front of the bottom, broken below the insteps. He had gold rings on his wrist that has black cuffs with red tongues, and he wore white gloves. The palms of his gloves have cyan circles, which were glowing. Naruto? Iruka asked in complete shock by the boy's transformation. Mizuki. Naruto spoke in a deeper voice, causing both Chunin eyes to widen in shock. You're going to pay for tricking me and for what you did to Iruka. He held his right palm to Mizuki. I'm gonna take your ass down. Is that so? Mizuki yelled. Then come at me. Show me what you can do, nine-tailed fox. The cyan on Naruto's palm started to glow, and Mizuki was covered in cyan light. Iruka's eyes widened in shock when he saw Mizuki floating and he was coming to Naruto by force. How is he doing this? He asked himself. What the hell is this? Mizuki demanded, struggling to get out of this. I can't move. Naruto did a hand sign while still holding Mizuki. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Iruka's eyes widened when he saw over 100 Narutos appear in a puff of smoke. Incredible. He smiled proudly. He's mastered an extreme jutsu. You! Mizuki exclaimed with a hint of fear in his voice. What the hell are you? Naruto stared at Mizuki before he answered. I am Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki. A dark grin appeared on his face. Your worst nightmare. Get him! He ordered the clones as they charged at Mizuki. Eh! Pow! Whack! Smash! After a couple minutes of the beatdown, the clones have disappeared and Naruto was staring down at the beat-up look on Mizuki's face. He looks up to see that the sun is rising. He turns to Iruka and smiled. Music, the last scene, Sonic Adventure 2. Are you okay, Iruka? Yes. I'm fine. Iruka nodded but then gained a curious expression. But Naruto, what happened to you? Naruto looks over at himself and smiled happily. Let's just say, this is a late present from some awesome guys I met. He placed a hand on his heart. And they will always be with me. Iruka looked confused at first but then he showed a smile. Whoever or whatever it was that caused him to change into this, he couldn't help but feel happy. It's shown that they obviously care about Naruto, if him saying it's a present was any indication. Hey Naruto. I want to give you something. Close your eyes. Naruto did so and was waiting for something to happen. Okay, you can open them now. He opened them and noticed that Iruka wasn't wearing his forehead protector. His eyes widened in realization. You mean? Yup. You just graduated from the exam. Congratulations, Naruto. Iruka said proudly as Naruto hugged him. Awesome. 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 Thanks, Iruka-sensei. Thanks a lot. Ouch. Be careful. I'm still hurt, you know. Iruka exclaimed, though inwardly he was smiling. No matter how much he changed on the outside, on the inside he's still the same old idiot Naruto. Sorry. Just a little bit excited. Naruto chuckled. He looks up at the sky with a grin. Soon, he'll be close to reach his dream. Now that he's a ninja, that means he'll be leaving the village sometime soon and go on some adventures. That also means he'll be able to finally begin search for her. Just thinking about it makes him excited. Don't worry. Her smiling face appears in his head. I'll find you soon. I promise. The spirits of Sonic, Shadow, and Silver appeared behind him, looking up as well. Naruto looks at them and they looked back, giving him thumbs up before they disappeared. He looks back up and raised his fist at the rising sun. All right. Let's do it to it. 2 days passed since the Scroll of Seals incident. Ever since Naruto's sudden transformation and the defeat of Mizuki, the Hokage called him and wanting to speak to him alone about it, which was perfect for Naruto, since he can talk to him about his parents. After telling the Hokage that the transformation was a belated birthday present from some very interesting, hedgehogs he had met earlier, much to the Hokage's confusion. Hedgehogs? There's never been any hedgehog sightings ever in the Leaf Village. And what exactly did they do to Naruto to make him turn into this? Were they summoned animals or something? Knowing that was all that he was going to get out of Naruto, he dismissed him. But before leaving out to get some rest, Naruto told the Hokage something that made his heart freeze. You were also right about something, old man. My parents, they weren't just great ninjas. They were the greatest heroes the Leaf Village ever had. Naruto said those words softly while staring at the picture of the fourth Hokage, a small smile on his face as he turned to the Hokage and saw the dumbfounded expression. The old Kage was about to ask how Naruto knew, but the preteen put a finger to his lips and winked before leaving. After he left, Hiruzen could have swore that he saw Minato's picture's serious expression change into a smile, making him smile as well. It would seem that whatever those hedgehogs did to Naruto, they somehow told him the truth about who his parents are. He just had a feeling that it was definitely them, making him even more curious about them and where they're at. It was then that Naruto started to do his training. The greatest thing that Naruto noticed about his change is that he gained the powers and combat skills of Sonic, Shadow, and Silver. The reason why is because he kept receiving visions of them using their powers and skills in action. From Sonic, he has inherited his incredible super-fast speed. Even though it's an innate talent that all hedgehogs from their world possess, Sonic's speed was in a class of its own. It had took him a while to get the speed under control, as he had ran around the entire village as a yellow blur, and would sometimes crash into stuff. But he got it under control in an instant. From Shadow, he inherited his incredible raw power. While he and Sonic were evenly matched in both speed and power along with combat, it's Shadow's power that outclassed Sonic's speed. From what he learned, he now has the power to tap into this chaos energy, which lets him unleash his chaos powers. He learned that the inhibitor rings he wore on his wrists limits the amount of power he uses in combat and other situations. Once he removes them, his full power is unleashed, which explains the large crater formed after he took out them off while he was out in the village. He surely didn't want to cause a scene. From Silver, he inherited his telekinesis, if him using it against Mizuki was any indication. His telekinesis is a powerful force on its own, as he used it to mash a bunch of trees together into a giant ball, and flew it off somewhere in the distance. He hoped that the ball didn't land on someone's house or something. Unfortunately for him, it did, and he had to make sure no one knew it was him. He also became more acrobatic and agile as he used his shadow clones to dodge a bunch of their attacks. His reflexes were also heightened to the point that he can tell who's gonna attack him from a mile away. All in all, with the otherworldly powers of Sonic, Shadow and Silver, Naruto is definitely what you call an ultimate ninja. Yeah, he likes the sound of that. Naruto Uzumaki, the ultimate ninja. From now on, that's gonna be his new title. Now today, Naruto is excited. The reason why? Today is the day that he'll be put on a squad. Before he left, he made sure to grab his forehead protector, including with the star charm she gave him. While he was walking to the academy, he saw a box with 2 eye holes on it, and they were painted to look like rocks. An amused smirk appears as he lifted a finger and pointed at the box. The box was covered in cyan lights and was thrown away, showing a little boy. "What's up, Konohamaru?" he greeted the boy. Konohamaru is the grandson of the 3rd Hokage. He wore a yellow shirt with the Konoha symbol in red, gray shorts, and a long blue scarf. He had on a gray helmet that had an orange frowning face on the right side, a red circle on the left side, and had a hole at the top for his brown hair to stick out of. The two met each other after Naruto went to take his ninja registration, and the little kid claims he wanted to become the 5th Hokage. He wanted the people of the village to see him as Konohamaru's Sarutobi and not as honorable grandson. Naruto then decided to take the kid in as his rival and little apprentice. He took him around the village, teaching him what little he knows about chakra. Not only that, but he gave Konohamaru a demonstration of his sexy jutsu. He even had the kid try to turn into a woman, only to turn into an ugly fat version of her. Of course, Naruto got punched by the woman while she was telling Konohamaru to keep practicing. He even ran into the kid's caretaker Ebisu, the closet pervert who Naruto enjoys mocking. "That was a slick and awesome move that you did, boss," Konohamaru exclaimed happily. "You gotta teach me how to do that." "Sure." Naruto looked away. "In other words, sorry kid, not happening. I got to go back to the academy for my team placement." "Team placement?" "Yeah." Naruto points to his forehead protector, which is on top of his head with beepy grin. "Today, you're looking at an official ninja." "Wow," Konohamaru said in awe. "Catch ya later," Naruto said as he ran off really fast, turning into yellow blur, leaving an awe Konohamaru behind. "That is so cool." Ninja Academy. All of the genin who graduated from the academy are talking amongst themselves that they're finally going to become ninjas/kunoichi. Most of the girls, however, wanted to be kunoichi because they wanted to impress the last survivor of the Uchiha clan, and maybe he'll go on a date with one of them. Naruto is seen walking through the door and took a seat right next to the girl's object of affection. He put his arms behind his and kicked his feet up on the desk, whistling a tune. One of the students, Shikamaru Nara, stopped walking to go to his seat and took a look at the new guy. Who the heck is that? He never saw him before. His eyes widened in shock when he saw the whisker marks on his face. There was only one person in the village who only have whiskers. "Naruto? Is that you?" he asked as the whole class stopped what they were doing and took a look at the red-streaked blonde, making his eyes widen. "Oh crap. I was so caught up in training I forgot that these guys haven't seen the new me." The girls began to blush at Naruto's new appearance, especially a certain Uchiha girl who blushed up a storm at seeing his muscles. "Hey! What's up with the gain jutsu? I thought you sucked at that. And what are you even doing here? This is for graduates," Kiba Inuzuka asked. "I did graduate," Naruto exclaimed, surprising everyone by how deep his voice got, as he pointed at his forehead protector. He then stood up on his desk, holding his arms out. "This isn't a gain jutsu. It's the real deal." "You're right," a boy said as he did a hand sign. "Release." Nothing happened. No smoke. No orange-clad Naruto. No nothing, which shocked everyone again. Satisfied? Naruto smirks. Wait, if this is you, actually you, then what happened? Shikamaru asked. Well. Naruto sweat nervously as he tried to come with an answer. What the hell was he supposed to them? He can't just say, oh, there were 3 Huna-like hedgehogs that were inside me since I was born, and they fused together with me. He had to come up with something that would seem believable. I hit puberty earlier? All was silent, which made Naruto sweat faster. He silently wished, prayed even, that someone or something get him out of this mess. Ha! I made it first. Fat chance I know, pig. I made it. Everyone turned to the screaming voices and saw that it was the pink-haired girl Sakura Haruno and the platinum-blonde girl Ino Yamanaka. Oh, thank you God! Naruto thought as happy tears of relief fell from his eyes. Hey! Naruto looked and saw Sakura walking up to him, looking at him. Who the heck are? Wait a second, Naruto? Sakura asked in shock. What happened to you? You look different. Wait, that's Naruto. Ino asked as well. Damn it, why? Naruto thought to himself, before he turns to the two. I hit puberty early, hee hee. Oh, come on! Naruto complained inwardly. That's gotta to be believable. Damn, so you hit puberty before any of us? I'm actually jealous. Kiba said. What a drag. Of course it's puberty. Shikamaru said as everyone agreed. They actually fell for it? Yes. Thank you again, God. Naruto thought happily. Anyway, you're in my way. Move it! Sakura pushed Naruto off the desk, making him fall off and land on his feet. Naruto exclaimed as he held his palm out, covering Sakura in cyan light, getting everyone's attention. You didn't even say please. He began to lift her off the ground, making everyone's eyes widen and causing Sakura to scream out. What is this? Sakura screamed as she floated in midair. Everyone was now shocked as they turned to Naruto. They never, throughout their years together in the academy, see Naruto do something like that before. Since when did Naruto have telekinesis? They watched as Naruto began to spin his finger, causing Sakura to spin as well as she screamed. Naruto! Put me down! Sakura pleaded. Nope. Only till you say please. Naruto laughed. Please put me down! Sakura screamed. Okay. Naruto said as he put his arm down, making Sakura drop on Sasuke's lap, making the girls scream in outrage while Sakura blushed heavily that she was on her crush's lap before getting off him. Sasuke glared at Naruto for the stunt, while said red-streaked blonde smirked evilly at him before pulling his eyelid and sticking out his tongue. Meanwhile, the Hokage and a couple of Jonin are seen in his office, and they watched everything that was going on in the academy through the third's crystal ball. And to make things simple, they was surprised at Naruto and that power he demonstrated to the whole class. Well, that was unexpected, a silver-haired man said. Yes. Naruto is just full of surprises. The third chuckled. The crystal ball starts to show Sasuke still in his brooding state looking at Naruto. The most promising new student, Sasuke Uchiha. A male Jounin said. Is that him? Yes, he is the one, the third said. He's the only survivor left of the Uchiha clan. A female Jounin with black hair said. That's right. Everyone watched as the image in the crystal ball started to move and started to get a close-up on Naruto's face, showing a teasing smile on his face. Naruto Uzumaki, huh? The silver-haired Chunin thought. Oh man, Naruto! Kiba laughed. That was awesome. Since when did you do that? Since puberty came. Naruto shrugged, deciding to keep to his puberty lie. Whoa! Choji Akimichi said while eating a bag of chips. This is the first time I actually saw someone use telekinesis before, Shikamaru said. I didn't even think something like that exists. Well, it does now. Naruto smirked, putting his arms behind his head as he leaps and took a seat next to Hinata, making her eyes widen as her face turns red. Naruto is sitting next to me. What do I do? What do I do? Hinata thought to herself. Everyone went quiet when they saw Irika entering the room. Okay, class. Take your seats, Irika told them as everyone did so. Naruto, knowing full well what Irika was going to say next, tuned him off. His speech was about hardships of being a ninja and the responsibilities that they now had to take, blah blah blah. He eventually heard his sensei talking about the three-man squad and began to call out the teams and the genin who was placed on it. Squad 7. Irika spoke. Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno. Ha! Take that, I know, pig, Sakura shouted, pointing at the platinum blonde. Shut up, forehead girl. Both of you shut up, Irika shouted using his famous big head jutsu. Sorry, Irika-sensei. They apologized. And Naruto Uzumaki. Your jonin will be Kakashi Hatake, Irika said. Ah man, I'm with Mr. Edgy and his wife Mrs. Bubblegum. Naruto whined as the two glared at him, getting his attention. He shrugs at them. What? I got nothing else to describe you to. Humph. Just don't get in my way, loser, Sasuke told him. What the foo dash? Naruto was gonna shout before Irika decked him in the face with an eraser. Squad 8 will be Kiba Inuzuka, Hinata Hyugie, and Shino Aburami. Your jonin will be Kurina Yehi, Irika said, ignoring Naruto's groans, as the three nodded. Hinata, however, was sad that she won't be on the same team as Naruto. She turned to him and saw that he was looking back, smiling at her. Oh my gosh! Naruto is looking right at me. She began to blush tomato red when he leaned to her ear. Good luck with your new team, Hinata, he whispered, making her nod as she looked down, a smile on her face. Squad 10 will be Ino Yamanaka, Shikamaru Nara, and Choji Akimichi. Your jonin will be Asuma Sarutobi. No! Ino yelled in disbelief as she slammed her head on her desk as well. What a drag, Shikamaru said as he closed his eyes, with Choji nodding his head in agreement. That's all for today. You will await here for your jounins to come and pick you up. Good luck and be careful out there, Irika said as he exited the room. Later. The genin have met their sensei and went with them except for Squad 7. Sakura is seen pacing around back and forth with an angry look on her face. Naruto is lying on the desk with his eyes closed and feet tapping impatiently, and Sasuke was brooding as usual while looking at the window. There was nothing but complete silence. Okay, that's it, Naruto yelled as he stood up, and he looks at the eraser board and used his telekinesis to lift it above the door. Naruto, what are you doing now? Sakura asked, putting her hands on her hips. Teaching our teacher a lesson, Naruto said, a smirk on his face. He's a high-level shinobi, Sasuke said. There's no way he could fall for such a stupid stunt. Oh yeah? Just watch. Naruto chuckles evilly. He'll be here in 3, 2, 1. Is this Squad 7? Now. Naruto released the eraser as it landed on the silver-haired jonin head, making white chalk dust appear. Sasuke looked on with a raised eyebrow. Sakura had a surprised and slightly nervous expression, and Naruto had that smirk on his face. The jonin didn't say anything as he stared at them. How do I put this? The jonin said, looking thoughtful. You're all a bunch of idiots. That caused Sakura to have a depressed expression. Sasuke glared at him, and Naruto had a half-lidded expression. Well, meet me on the roof, he said as disappeared in a swirl of leaves. I hate him already, Naruto said. Unknowingly Sasuke agreed. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura were all seated on the roof of the academy, while their sensei was in front of them on top of a railing. Okay, now that you are all here, let's introduce ourselves. Huh? What do you mean? Sakura asked. You know, likes, dislikes, hobbies, dreams for the future, the Jounin said. Why don't you start first? Sakura suggested, causing the Jounin to say. Well, my name is Kakashi Hatake. I have a few likes, and many dislikes. My hobbies are not your concern. All we know is his name, the Genin thought. Okay, you're next, Kakashi said, pointing at Sakura. My name is Sakura Haruno. My likes. Sakura blushed and turned to Sasuke. I mean, the person that I like is. Still looking at Sasuke. My dreams for the future. She blushed even and squeaked happily. And what do you hate? Naruto. You still mad about that? You need to let it go, Naruto said, uncaring, picking his ear. You'll start to have wrinkles early if you keep that up, you know? What? Shut up. No, I won't. Sakura denied, even though she secretly took out a mirror to check to see if there were any wrinkles. Kakashi's sweat dropped from that before pointing at Naruto. Okay, you're up. Heh. Naruto's the name, speed's my game. My likes are hedgehogs, adventures, chilling, ramen and chili dogs, among other things that's too long to list and I really don't feel like saying, Naruto said as everyone looked at him with confused expressions. Hedgehogs? Kakashi asked. He began to wonder why this kid likes hedgehogs so much, but he did sweat drop at the last bit. What are chili dogs? Sakura asked. Tell you later. My dislikes are, okay, that list is too long as well, so I'll skip it. I don't have any hobbies, unless rolling around at the speed of sound counts. Kakashi sent a deadpan look at Naruto, wondering what he was talking about. My dream is to be the greatest Hokage to ever exist and to surpass all the Hokage from the past. Naruto's face softens as he looks down. And most of all, to find someone very important to me. Everyone stared at Naruto as he spoke in that soft, gentle voice. Sasuke and Sakura had no idea that of all people had someone important to him, so of course they were curious about it. They even wanted to know who that special is. Kakashi, however, just nodded his head and turns to Sasuke. Okay, you? My name is Sasuke Uchiha, Sasuke said. I hate a lot of things and I don't like anything. My dream for the future, no, my goal is to avenge my clan and kill a certain someone, he finished darkly. The atmosphere grew very dark from what Sasuke said as everyone looked at him with various reactions. He's so hot, Sakura thought with a blush. Sheesh. Who the hell pissed him off? Naruto thought, giving Sasuke a pointed look. Just as I thought, Kakashi said, looking at Sasuke. He turned to the others. Good. You're each unique and have your own ideas. We'll have our first mission tomorrow. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. Naruto stood up in excitement. So, what's the mission? We kicking any bad guy butt or something? It's a task that the four of us will do together, Kakashi said slowly. Come on, don't leave us in the dark. What's the mission? Naruto asked, now getting impatient. A survival exercise, Kakashi replied, getting his Genin squad's attention. Naruto had a disappointed look on his face. Say what? I thought we were supposed to have a real mission, not more practice, Sakura said. We already did this stuff at the academy, that's how we got here. I don't think this is like our previous training, Naruto said for Kakashi, causing Sakura to look at him with a curious expression. He's right, you know, Kakashi chuckled. Of the 27 graduates who just came here, only 9 will actually be accepted as genin. The other 18 will be sent back to the academy. So in other words, Naruto spoke up, getting everyone's attention. It's a pass or fail test. And if we fail, we'll be sent back. Give the boy a prize, Kakashi said, clapping his hands. He got up. Meet up at training ground 7 tomorrow and skip out on breakfast or else you'll puke. That's all for today, he finished as he disappeared in a swirl of leaves. You gotta be kidding me. Naruto deadpanned as he ran and jumped off the roof, landing onto the next one, leaving Sasuke and Sakura behind. Next day. The sun is seen rising over the horizon and Squad 7 is waiting for their sensei. Sakura had an angry look on her face, Sasuke is resting on a tree, and Naruto was tapping his feet impatient. The sun has now high in the sky and their sensei have finally arrived. Morning everyone. Ready for your first day? You're late, Sakura screeched. Well, a black cat crossed my path so I had to take the long way, Kakashi said, smiling at them. Really? Naruto asked with a half-lidded gaze. Kakashi walked over to a stump and sat an alarm clock on it, getting curious glances from his genin. He pushed the yellow button that was on top of it and took out 2 bells. What's up with those? Naruto asked. Your assignment is very simple. You just have to take these bells away from me. That's all there is to it, Kakashi explained. Now the alarm is set to noon. So if you can't get them by then, you can have lunch. He turned to the 3 wooden posts. You'll be tied up to those posts, and watch while I'll eat my lunch in front of you. Stomachs can be heard growling and the kids had hungry looks on their faces. Why did we listen to this guy? Naruto thought in despair. Hey, hold on, there's 3 of us, Sakura said. So how come there's only 2 bells? Well, that way, at least one of you will be tied to a post and ultimately disqualified for failing for completing the mission, Kakashi explained, smiling at them. That one goes back to the academy. You may also begin to go all out on me. But sensei, wouldn't you get hurt? Sakura asked, causing Naruto to just shake his head. He's a jonin, Sakura. Meaning that he can't get hurt from us genin. That's right, Kakashi said. You may begin. Now. Sasuke and Sakura jumped away, hiding from away, while Naruto stood there with a tired expression on his face. Kakashi tilted his head to the side with a deadpan expression. You know, compared to the others, you're a little weird. Yeah? Well, the only thing that's weird here is that haircut. There, that hurts, don't it? Naruto asked as he did a few stretches. Yeah. That's right, I'm stretching. Got a problem with that? I want to enjoy taking you down, without some pulled muscle slowing me down. He then started to do a few jabs. Okay, let's do this. Course, if you want to run away. He starts to do push-ups with one hand. Please feel free. There's no shame in it. He stood up. Well, maybe a little shame. Kakashi, along with the other 2, sweat drops at Naruto. They watched as he got up and cracked his knuckles. Kakashi reached into his pouch and took out an orange book that read Ica Ica Paradise. What the? Naruto asked with a sweat drop. What are you doing? Just reading. And I just want to find out what happens in the end, Kakashi said, reading it. A vein appeared on Naruto's head as his eye twitched. This guy was mocking. Oh, he's so gonna regret that. Battle music, Emerald Beach, Sonic Battle. He took off in a yellow streak of light and went into Kakashi's face, which surprised him. He went forward to go and punch him, but he quickly dodged it by jumping a few meters away. Naruto ran to him again and went to go try to knee him in the face. But his sensei blocked it with his arms and was sliding across the dirt while still standing. Whoa! Kakashi thought, looking at Naruto. That was seriously too close. I didn't sense any chakra, that was pure speed. He might even be faster than Guy. The third wasn't joking, This kid is seriously full of surprises. Sakura, who was hiding under a bush, watched the event take forward in awe. She never saw Naruto move that fast before, and he actually made their sensei slid across the dirt. Whoa, how did Naruto move so fast? Sasuke, who was hiding on a tree branch, watched everything with his eyes widening in shock. All he saw was a yellow blur and Naruto just appeared in front of him. There's no doubt about it. That was pure speed Naruto had. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Naruto did the hand sign. In a puff of smoke, 7 Narutos appeared around him. Get him! The clones charged in at Kakashi, who just looked at them while holding his book. Wow! So the rumors are true. The clones jumped to the air and began to air dash towards him. Just when Kakashi was about to move in, he was stopped by 2 other Narutos coming from behind him, which in turn caught him by surprise. You should never turn your back on your enemies, sensei. The real one exclaimed, crossing his arms. Sasuke gasped from that, and Sakura was in awe how cool Naruto became. They watched as the rest of the clones began to hold Kakashi in as he was struggling to get them off of him. I was wrong. Naruto is definitely cool, Sakura exclaimed, smiling at him. Cha! Take him down! Inner Sakura exclaimed. He used the clones as a way to keep him immobile. Nice, Sasuke thought as a smirk appeared on his face. Naruto held his palm out, and the cyan circles begins to glow with his hands being covered in cyan aura. Move! He commanded the clones as they did so, and Kakashi was now seen floating with the cyan aura appearing all over him. Well now, this is really impressive, Kakashi said, looking at Naruto. You're actually using telekinesis. That's a rare ability to have. Thanks. He smirked as he moved his hand back and began to gather enough psychokinetic energies. After he was finished charging, he moved his hand forward and sent out a strong shock wave of psychokinetic energies, making Kakashi fly backwards to a tree. Sasuke and Sakura gasped at how fast Kakashi was sent flying, but all he had was a bored expression. When he hit the tree, he gasped out in pain but soon disappeared in a puff of smoke, causing the genin to raise an eyebrow. When the smoke cleared up, Kakashi was replaced with a log, making the genin's eyes to widen. What the hell, where did he go? Naruto asked. He looks around the area and saw that a bell was on the ground. A half-lidded expression appeared on his face before grins smugly. Does he really think I'm gonna fall for a stupid trick like that? His eyes looked around him before he used his telekinesis to make the bell come to him. His eyes widened as he sensed danger. Naruto! Look out behind you! Sakura called out, causing said red-streaked blonde's eyes to widen. Oh crap! He turns his head really fast and saw Kakashi kneeling behind him with a hand sign. His pupils shrank when he saw his hand was aiming for his butt. You wouldn't dare! Hidden Leaf Jutsu, 1,000 Years of Death! Kakashi called out with a twinkle in his eyes as he charged his hand to Naruto's behind. Music ends. Ayahaha! Naruto screamed comically as he got sent flying away and into the pond. Sakura had an annoyed expression. All he did was poke him. She whispered. Those two are total idiots. Sasuke whispered as he shook his head, but then his eyes widened as he realized Kakashi's wasn't paying attention and was only picking up the bell. His guard is down. Now's my chance. He threw a bunch of shurikens at him. The shurikens hit Kakashi, causing him to fly a few meters back. That made Sakura gasp in shock that their sensei just got hit. Poof! The white-haired Jonin used a substitution jutsu again, and this time he disappeared without a trace. Sasuke soon started to jump from tree branch to tree branch, trying to escape from the Jonin since he gave away his position. He let his guard down on purpose. Naruto has just rose from the pond and coughed out water. He spun around really fast and was dry in a second. Oh. It's on. Naruto growled in anger at being stabbed in the butt. He then ran off. Sakura was following/searching for her crush. Sasuke, where'd you go? Don't tell me Kakashi-sensei got to you? No! He can't capture my Sasuke. I won't let him. The pink kunoichi stopped her running when she saw Kakashi leaning on a tree reading that perverted orange book. Good, she whispered. He didn't see me. I'm safe. Sakura. Behind you. She gasped and turned around only to be face to face with her sensei. She suddenly felt really dizzy and there was a whole bunch of leaves flying around her. She closed her eyes and opened them again as she turned to many directions with a confused expression. Oh my! I think I felt something. What was it? Sakura. Sasuke. Sakura beamed happily as she turned to him. She then stood there as her precious Sasuke was all bloody and that he had several kunes on his body. Sakura, help me. Please. Help me. Sakura's eyes started to tear and she screamed to the heavens above. She soon fainted. Kakashi is seen sitting on a tree branch reading his orange book. I think I overdid it a bit. But she's got to learn how to see through these things. Naruto blinked as he stops running and looks around. Sakura? What the heck happened to her? He asked himself. His eyes widened as he sensed something close by. What? He looks to where his senses was tingling, completely forgetting about his revenge for that sneak attack. He runs towards it and saw that there was a small hole in the ground. Huh! Naruto digs the dirt out and his eyes widened as he saw a green glowing emerald. An emerald? What's that doing out here? He slowly reaches out and touched it. The moment he did, he felt a surge of energy seep into his system. As it did, Naruto saw a vision of the 7 emeralds together before it changed to show Shadow holding one of them in his hands. The vision also showed Sonic transforming using those emeralds, including Shadow and Silver. The vision ended as Naruto snapped out of his thoughts and shook his head. He looks down at the emerald in awe. Chaos emeralds, the gems of miracles. Naruto closed his eyes and began to concentrate on the emerald. Once he did, it started to glow. Chaos control. Once those words left his lips, time stopped all around him. Naruto runs to the clock and saw it stopped. Whoa! It worked! Which means... Naruto trailed off. He quickly ran off and saw Kakashi standing behind a tree watching Sasuke and Sakura. Oh, this is gonna be good. He walks up behind Kakashi and took the bells, putting them in his pocket. He then took another pair of different bells which were gold and had a blue string on it. Still, though, it doesn't make sense. Why would our teacher give us this test with just 2 bells when there's only 3 of us? 3 of us but only 2 bells and only 2 of us can pass. Naruto thought out loud before his eyes slowly widened. What if this isn't just a test for one of us to get the bells but all 3 of us to get them together, as a team? That's why we're a 3-man cell. That's also why he's making us Genin fight him a Jonin. We're supposed to fight him together to get the bells, not at once. He face-palmed himself in disbelief. Damn, could have figured that out sooner. Hey, at least now I know I feel smarter. He looks around and heads back to the kunai-shaped stone. Time for me to return time back to normal. He snaps his fingers as everything returned to normal. Ryan! I am so gonna have fun with this. Naruto muttered to himself as he threw the emerald in the air before catching it and putting it in his pocket. He was going to walk off but stopped when he saw a bento lying around. His stomach growled as he eyed it before looking left and right. He ran up to it and opened it up, seeing that there was actual smoking hot food in it. Naruto drooled at the sight of it. Well, maybe a tiny bite won't hurt. He picks it up and was going to walk off. I don't think so. A voice spoke up from above Naruto, making him stop in his track. Crap. Naruto sweated before he chuckled sheepishly. Say, you know I'm just playing around, right, Teach? Nice try, Kakashi said. Naruto had crocodile tears falling from his eyes. The reason why? It's because he's tied to one of the posts while Sasuke and Sakura sat in front of them. Kakashi stood in front of them, looking at them with hard look in his eye. Well now, Kakashi spoke up, appearing before the genin. Looks like all three of you didn't manage to capture the bells, which means you fail. Oh yeah? Naruto asked, as his entire being glowed. Something came out of his pocket and floated in front of everyone, showing it were the bells, shocking them to the core. The bells? Sakura asked. When did dash? Sasuke thought in shock. Kakashi checked his pouch, where the bells were hung, and they were there? No wait, these are different bells as they were colored gold, and they had blue ribbons tied on them. He actually switched the bells around. He turns to Naruto in amazement. How did you? When you weren't paying attention to me and was busy fighting Sasuke, I used my telekinesis to quietly get the bells and managed to replace them with the ones I got from the store. Naruto lied, as he didn't want to tell them about his time-stopping ability, yet. He got out of the ropes and wrapped his arm around Sasuke's neck, bringing him close, much to his annoyance. It was all a part of the plan, right, Sasuke? Plan? Kakashi tilted his head to the side. What are you talking about? Sakura asked. Sasuke blinked and looked at Naruto, since he had idea what he was talking about. Yup. After you caught Sakura, I managed to drag Sasuke away and told him about this awesome plan of mine. Naruto explained. Sasuke is more of a lone wolf type of guy, so I told him to distract you while I went into hiding and used my telekinesis to take the bells, right from underneath your nose. He stuck his tongue out. When did you get the time to actually talk to Sasuke? Kakashi asked, slightly impressed. Hey, I'm the fastest thing alive. Naruto smirked. Not even you can keep up with me. Right, Sasuke? He turns to his rival and winks at him. Sasuke was no fool. He knew damn well that Naruto is a total liar, and he actually got their sensei fooled. But he must have some reason to lie to their teacher like that. And judging from the look in his eyes, he wanted him to play along. TCH. Sasuke scoffed and released himself from Naruto, looking away. Sakura was amazed at Naruto's plan as she looked at him in a whole new light. But she won't lie, she felt herself embarrassed at being caught in simple gain jutsu and fainted like that. Kakashi stared long and hard before he smiled. Very impressive. Looks like Naruto managed to capture both bells at the same time, especially with Sasuke's help. Now the question is, who are you going to give the bells to? Both of them, Naruto said, using his telekinesis to give them to his squad, causing Sakura to gasp and Sasuke's eyes to widen. Are you sure, Naruto? Kakashi asked. 'Cause if you give those two the bells, then you'll be the one to be sent to the academy. Yeah, I'm cool with it, Naruto said. But Naruto, Sakura spoke, getting his attention. That means you just failed the test. What about your dream of becoming Hokage or finding that person you were talking about? She hands the bell back to him. Here, you can have mine. Huh? Naruto blinked in surprise. Did Sakura just offer him a bell? No, you keep it. I don't want it. But you got them before us, so you at least deserved it. But I don't want you guys to fail. We're supposed to be a team, right? What kind of teammate am I if both of you don't pass? Sakura's eyes widen from that along with Sasuke. She looks at the bell, then at Naruto. Then I don't want it, she said as she threw the bell at Kakashi, who caught it in his hands. I don't want it either, Sasuke said, getting everyone's attention. He tossed the bell at Kakashi. The fact that Naruto's plan worked and that he's willing to give them to us shows that he wants us to be a team. And if he doesn't get to be a part of our team, then I might as well not take it. Sasuke. Sakura. Naruto was absolutely stunned silence. He was not expecting that kind of reaction at all, especially from these two. It nearly brought a tear to his eyes. Well then, you all pass, Kakashi said, smiling with the genin, except Naruto, looking at him with confused expression. Huh? What do you mean we passed? Sakura asked. You're the first squad to ever succeed, Kakashi said. Really? We're the first? Naruto asked, making sure he heard right. All the others had no idea whatsoever about this test. Unlike you, that's why we put you into 3-man squads. It's all about teamwork, Kakashi explained. Here's something I would like all for you learn. He walks up to a kunai-shaped structure that has people's names on it. Have you ever seen this stone? The names engraved on it? These are ninja who are honored as heroes in the village. You mean? Naruto trailed off, looking uncomfortable, as Kakashi nodded. This is a memorial stone. The names of my closest friends are on it. Some of them, including one of my friends, broke some rules but were still considered heroes in the end. The genin looked down in mourning for those heroes. Mom, Dad, are you on there? Naruto asked. In the ninja world, those who break the rules are scum, that's true. Kakashi looks up at the sky. But those who abandon their friends are worse than scum. Naruto chuckled as grinned. Oh. Sakura smiled. Sasuke closed his eyes and smiled. Insert song, You're My Number One, Sonic R. The exercise is over, Kakashi said. Everyone passes. Squad 7 starts its first mission tomorrow. He gave his genin a thumbs up. Yes. Sakura cheered happily. Alright. Naruto flipped in the air and did a pose. Sasuke nodded to himself. Let's go home, Kakashi said as they all walked away together. Naruto looked at the stone one more time before he smiled and nodded to himself as he walks away. Song ends. Naruto is in his apartment, staring at the Chaos Emerald. A Chaos Emerald. 7 emeralds that hold the key to unlock unlimited power. I can't believe Sonic and the others had these in their world. Naruto stared at the emerald once more as he lied in bed. From the vision I saw these emeralds have both positive and negative energy, which the hedgehogs, or anyone in general, can use them for amazing or terrifying things. I hate to imagine what would happen if someone managed to get their hands on all 7 of them and used them for evil purpose, especially if they're ninja. Another beautiful day in the Leaf Village as the sun shines down on a field of trees. Sasuke, I'm in point B. Sakura, I'm in point C. Speed Demon, I'm in point A. And come on! Use your code names. No need for that, Naruto. Fine. Ruining my fun. Okay, Squad 7. HM? The target has moved. Follow it. Rustling can be heard as Squad 7 moved to go and search for the target. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura were hiding behind trees and they slightly peeked, seeing the target, which was a small 4-legged shadowy creature. The genin squad moves from tree, hiding from the creature's sight. Target is 5 meters away from us. Naruto spoke. Ready when you are. I'm ready too. Sasuke spoke up. So am I, Sakura said. Okay. Now. The 3 genin jumped at the shadowy figure and Naruto captured it. And the target? A brown cat with a pink ribbon on its hair. Music fooling mode, Naruto. Hold still, you damn cat. Naruto screeched, holding the struggling cat, but screamed as it got on his face and began to scratch him. He looked at Sakura and saw she was smiling at the cat. Hey! A little help, please. He then blinked as he realized. Wait, what am I doing? A cyan aura appeared around him, and he lifted the cat away from his face as it looked at the ground in a dumbfounded manner. Affirmative, we got a positive ID, Sasuke told Kakashi. Right. Lost pet Tora captured. Mission accomplished. That's right. Today's mission was to capture a runaway cat. After Squad 7 passed the bell test, they'd been taking on D-rank missions for the past few days. For D ranks, they had to watch out for the owner's pets, babysit for the parents, etc. These D rank missions suck. Naruto roared as fire came out of his mouth. Oh, my precious kitty! A chubby woman said, hugging her cat to death. I'm so happy that you've come back, she said as she walked out of the office with her cat crying anime tears. Squad 7 were at the mission assignment desk, watching as the fire daimyo's wife left the room. That's what you get, you little punk, Naruto muttered, glaring at the door. So that's why he ran away, Sakura said. Now then, the third Hokage spoke up. For Squad 7's next mission, we have several available tasks. This better be something good, Naruto thought bitterly. Among them is babysitting the chief counselor's 3-year-old, helping his wife clean the front. Okay. Time out, Naruto exclaimed, getting everyone's attention. I'm sorry for the interruption, but can we please go on a mission that's really a challenge? We're genin. We want some action and adventure, not something little kids should do. He does have a point, Sasuke thought. But he's such a brat sometimes, Sakura thought. Kakashi had deadpan expression on his lone eye. I knew this was coming. How dare you! Iruka yelled, standing up. You're just a brand new genin with no experience. Like everyone else, you start with simple missions to develop your skills and improve yourself. Develop our skills? Improve ourselves? Naruto asked, raising a brow and crossing his arms. How does babysitting a 3-year-old kid improve ourselves? What in being a parent or something? Matter of fact, what kind of ninja takes missions like this anyway? You can't even call it a mission, it's just us doing chores that people around here are too damn lazy to. Bonk. Naruto went into a kneeling position and held his head. He glares up at Kakashi comically. Will you put a lid on it? Kakashi asked. Music ends. Naruto was going to tell him off, but he cut off by Hiruzen. Naruto. It seems you don't understand the tasks that you've been given, the third said, getting his attention. Listen, many different kinds of requests come to our village every day. From babysitting to assassination. As the Hokage continued to explain the concept and reasons for the missions that are ranked DA, with everyone listening of course, Naruto looks at him while tapping his foot impatiently. He turns to the readers and points his thumb at the Hokage, shaking his head. He runs out faster than the eyes could see and came back with 2 chili dogs in his hands. Naruto takes a bite out of one of his dogs but noticed the Hokage stopped talking. He looks and saw everyone staring at him. What? Where did you get those from? Kakashi asked, pointing at his chili dogs. What? I'm hungry. Naruto moved his chili dogs away from Kakashi, making him wave his hand to saying he doesn't want them. Anyway, Hokage continued. Yeah, we get missions every day, and for whatever missions we do, we gain more experience. The more experience we get, the higher the missions are. Naruto said impatiently as he ate the other chili dog. He sighed happily before he gained a serious expression, catching everybody completely off guard. Look, Lord Hokage. He ignored the shocked expression on everyone's face. We've done enough of these D-rank missions to earn a rank up, the red-streaked blonde said in a matching voice. But in all honesty and seriousness, it's stupid and a complete waste of our time. These D-ranks are something even children at the academy can do. In fact, we should have done something like this a very long time ago since we entered the academy, so that way we can already know about the different rank missions as we grow older and gain experience from them, even though we were in training. So that way, when we were to graduate and officially become genin, we can automatically do C ranks. We're not little kids anymore. We're ninja and we are ready for the next stage. Or why train us at all? Everyone stared at Naruto in complete surprise at his explanation. Earlier, he was acting like a brat and was being disrespectful towards the Hokage, but now his personality just shifted and he turned into a completely different person. He even called the Hokage Lord Hokage instead of the old man he would normally call him. Even the Hokage himself had his eyes widened in surprise. Now that he thought about it, that actually made a lot of sense. None of them didn't know about the different rank missions yet. They learn about that after they become a team. If they had learned about that in the past and done, then they would have been gotten past the experience and do C ranks once they graduated. Plus, they have been doing a lot of D rank missions for the past couple of days. Hiruzen then smiled to himself as he saw Minato appear in Naruto's place, the same expression he had before he changed back to Naruto. You really are your father's son, he thought to himself. So be it. I'm giving you a C-rank mission. You'll be bodyguards. Sasuke and Sakura gasped in surprise while Naruto's serious expression turned into a happy grin. Oh yeah! That's what I'm talking about! Naruto exclaimed as he did a backflip. So who is it? Is it a princess? I bet it's a princess. I'm waiting. Don't be so impatient. I will bring him in now. Hiruzen smirked. Send in our visitor. Squad 7 turns to the door, and they saw an old man enter. What the? A bunch of snot-nosed little kids. They're gonna protect me? He asked, taking a drink of his beer. You, the tall and spiky one with the idiotic look on your face. You expect me to believe that you're a ninja? Tall and spiky. Naruto looked at Sasuke and noted that he was only a little taller than him. He touched his hair and noted the spikes that resembled Sonic's quills. Idiotic. A comical vein appeared on his head as he tried to walk to him. However, Kakashi grabbed him by his jacket, holding him back. Say that to my face, old man. I'll kill ya! No killing the client, Naruto. It doesn't work that way, Kakashi told his student as Sasuke and Sakura shook their heads. Whatever. Naruto crossed his arms. The man took a drink from his beer and wiped his lips. I am Tazuna, a master bridge builder. And I must return to my country. I'm building a bridge there that could change our world, and I expect you to take me. Without even saying please? Naruto smirked before he turns to everyone. Alright guys. We got our mission, so let's do it to it. He instantly ran out of the open window in a yellow blur. Sasuke, Sakura, Iruka and Kakashi all sighed at Naruto's way of leaving while Hiruzen shook his head, tipped his hat down. Tazuna blinked in shock from that sudden speed. He looks at his beer, then back to the window. This is gonna be a long way back, isn't it? Later. Squad 7 and Tazuna walked outside the village gates with their book bags prepared and everything. However, Naruto was already at the gate and was waiting on everyone to show up. He just couldn't hold in his excitement. He was finally going to leave the village and head out to explore the rest of the shinobi world. He was finally going to have his very first adventure. Who knows, he might even get a clue on where his friend is if he asked around in Tazuna's country. Right now, they were starting to walk away from the village, enjoying a nice peaceful travel. Say, Mr. Tazuna. Sakura spoke up. What is it? Your country is the land of waves, right? Yeah, what of it? Kakashi-sensei, there are ninja in that country too, aren't there? Sakura asked. No. There are no ninja in the land of waves, Kakashi answered. But in other countries there are hidden villages, each with their own different customs and cultures, where ninjas reside. To the people of this continent, the existence of shinobi villages means strength. That's how they protect themselves and maintain the balance of power with neighboring countries. The ninja village are not controlled by any government, they're independent and have equal status. Is that so? Naruto asked, putting his arms behind his head, looking slightly interested in the story. Yup. Now the Land of Waves, which is a small island, doesn't need to be ninja village because its natural protection is the sea around it. There are 5 ancient lands that have shinobi villages. The land of fire, which we live in, and the rest are lightning, water, wind, and earth. Together, they're known as the 5 Great Shinobi Nation. Fire has the village hidden in the leaves, water has the village hidden in the mist, lightning has the village hidden in the clouds, earth has the village hidden in the stones, and finally wind, which has the village hidden in the sand. Oh! Sakura beamed happily at her sensei's explanation. Then that means that our Hokage is really important. Cha! Is that old man really such a big deal? Inner Sakura asked. But we won't run into foreign ninjas, right? Sakura asked. Not likely, Kakashi said. In all honesty, Naruto hopes they do run into foreign ninjas. All those days when he's been secretly training in his newfound powers will be seen. He needed some action, and being bodyguards are a perfect way to get some. He saw something ahead that caught his attention, and he became confused. What the heck? Naruto stopped walking, causing everyone to stop as well and turn to him. What is it? Kakashi asked. That. Naruto pointed up ahead. Everyone looked to where Naruto was pointing at, and they saw small water on the ground. It's water. What, you want something to drink? Tazuna asked. No. Naruto rolled his eyes. Think about it for a second, it's summer, right? So why would there be water on a dry ground? Kakashi's eyes were narrowed at the water. Naruto's right, there shouldn't be water on dry ground, and on a clear day no less. Naruto saw the look on his sensei's face. He instantly grinned at seeing that look, which can only mean one thing. It's party time! Music Boss 1, Sonic Adventure 2. A ninja came out of hiding and another came out of the water, both of them wielding long, sharp, and spiky chains as they caught Kakashi, surprising those around. What the? Sakura exclaimed. Do it! One of the ninja ordered as he and his partner pulled their arms back and they shredded Kakashi in pieces, causing Sakura to step back, a fearful expression on her face. A serious expression appeared on Naruto's face as he felt them appear behind him. Now it's your dash. Don't think so. Naruto jumped up and landed on one of the ninja's head and jumped off. Sasuke jumped in the air, taking out his shuriken and kunai. He threw them at the chain and embedded it on a tree. He landed on both ninjas' metal gauntlets. He grabs hold of both and donkey kicked the two in the face, making them stumble back as their chains got off on the gauntlets. The twin ninja regained their footing and dashed. Naruto turns and saw one of them heading towards him and the other was heading for Tazuna, but Sakura got in front of him. Nice try! Naruto ran behind him, gripping his arm. He grabs his other arm and backflips really fast, before slamming the mysterious Nin on the ground. He jumps off and turns into a spinning spiky yellow ball and slammed into the back of his head, knocking him out. Naruto grins and instantly turned to face the other Nin. Guys! Are you, wa? Naruto blinked as he saw Kakashi appear, his arm out and gripping the other ninja's neck with Sasuke, Sakura and Tazuna blinking. Yo! Nice job, Naruto, Kakashi said. Music ends. TCH. Naruto turns around and pouts, making Kakashi tilt his head in confusion. You stole my thunder, Kakashi! Sensei! He's alive! Sakura thought happily. Humph, show off. Sasuke deadpanned. Good job, Sasuke, very smooth. You too, Sakura, Kakashi said. By the way, Mr. Tazuna. Yeah, what? Tazuna asked. We need to have a talk. Kakashi spoke in a serious tone. Someone's in trouble, Naruto thought. Later. So, who are these guys? Naruto asked, staring at the two tied up, knocked out ninja. The Demon Brothers. They are Chunin-level missing meme from the village hidden in the mist. Their specialty is relentless attack. They keep fighting without any sacrifice, Kakashi told everyone. And they thought that by disguising themselves as a puddle of water, on a clear sunny day no less, was to fool us? Naruto asked. One of them was about to wake up, but Naruto wouldn't have any of that. So the ultimate ninja kicked him in the face, knocking him back out, making Sakura and Tazuna flinched while Sasuke and Kakashi raised brows from the sudden action. Pathetic. To get knocked out by a simple kick from a genin, Naruto scoffed. And they call themselves Chunin. In that case, why did you leave it for the genin to fight? Tazuna asked, ignoring what Naruto did as it almost creeped him out. I could have taken them out quickly, but then I'd have learned nothing. I had to know who their target was, Kakashi said, looking at Tazuna. And what they were after. HM? The rookies looked to Tazuna in confusion, while Naruto had a serious look on his face. Huh? What are you getting at? Tazuna asked, feigning ignorance but knew he was screwed. You asked for standard protection from simple robbers, but you didn't say anything about no ninja looking for you, hunting you down. If we knew this, this would be a A-ranked mission. Our task was to simply follow you to your destination and protect you while you finished the bridge. If we knew we would be fielding attacks from enemy ninja, we would have staffed differently and charged for the cost of a A-rank mission. You apparently have your reasons, but lying to us is not acceptable. Tazuna looked down, not meeting anyone's eyes. We're first year genin, this is too advanced for us. Sakura spoke up softly. We should go back. No. I'm still going, Naruto said, causing everyone to look at him. Naruto! What are you saying? Do you know how dangerous this is? Sakura asked, eyes widened from what came out of his. I know and I don't care, Naruto said, crossing his arms, his serious look coming back. I'm not the type of person to abandon someone who needs help. That's not how I roll. But Naruto, we have rules. And who the hell cares about some stupid shinobi rules that some old farts from the past made? Naruto interrupted Sakura. Personally, I don't believe in any of that bull, because whoever made them up can go shove it. His reply shocked and surprised everyone. Naruto. Kakashi tried to speak up, but Naruto wouldn't have it. We may be ninja, but we're still humans. It's in our nature to help those in need, no matter who they are or where they're from. It's the same with all creatures in this world. Shinobi can't just kill their emotions because of a dumbass rule that some idiot made. Emotions are what makes us humans. It's what gives us strength. Naruto looks down at his gloved hand and closed it. We were given great power, and we should use it to help people, to save lives. We shouldn't think of ourselves as tools or weapons when we're out on the mission. Squad 7 were stupefied to hear such passionate words from Naruto Uzumaki, the knuckled-headed class clown. But then again, his words did make sense. In the academy, they were taught to kill off their emotions when they were out on the field. The most important thing about a shinobi is to be a tool in achieving their village and country's goals. And here was Naruto, someone who was excited to be a ninja, saying that he doesn't believe in the shinobi rules. Tazuna is a good man, and sure, he had his reason to lie, but so what? That alone is proof that someone out there wants his head on a platter, and he needs someone to protect him until he can finish his bridge. He looks up at everyone with a determined grin. And that's gonna be me. No matter how strong the enemy is or how much of a threat they are, I won't run away like coward. I will stand and take them down. He turns his back to his stunned squad and walks away before stopping. Kakashi, you told us that those who break the rules are trash, right? Well, then I guess I'm the biggest trash you've ever met. He shrugs uncaringly, not paying attention to the wide-eyed look sent his way. Because guess what? I don't follow anyone's rules, including the Hokage. I follow my own rules. I do things my way. He turns and points his thumb up at himself, grinning all the while. My own way. Music, it doesn't matter, instrumental, Sonic Adventure 2. Having said his piece, Naruto turns back and walks away. He didn't pay attention to the stunned look on everyone's faces from hearing his speech and seeing that determination on his face. They honestly couldn't believe how far Naruto is willing to go to help someone in need, even if it means facing severe consequences. He even called himself trash because he simply follows his own rules and he doesn't even care. Needless to say, all of Squad 7 got new respect for Naruto. Naruto, Sakura whispered. She couldn't believe she was saying this, but he was right. She was always told by her parents and instructors to always follow the shinobi rules. But now, after hearing Naruto's moving speech, fills her up with newfound determination. She's a shinobi, but she's still human. Maybe she should follow Naruto's example and just follow her own rules. She showed a smile as she nodded her head. Hey Naruto! Wait up! She ran after him. Sasuke closed his eyes and nodded his head before joining him. He too was thinking about what Naruto said. Following his own rules, do things his own way. Kakashi watched as Sasuke and Sakura follow Naruto. In truth, he too was also moved by Naruto's speech. Shinobi are born with great power, and they should use that power to protect things that matter to them, like family or friends. Naruto's speech most definitely made an impact with Sasuke and Sakura, seeing how they're following after him. His strong sense of justice had won the two over. Looks like he'll have something to tell the Hokage once they get back from the mission. Alright. Looks like we'd continuing with the mission. He walks ahead before looking back at Tazuna, seeing stare at Naruto's back. Yo. You better hurry up before we leave you behind. Yeah. Coming. Tazuna walked to him, all the while looking at Naruto in a whole new light. He knew that the mission would be dangerous, but he wanted to continue anyway. That kid. He smiled and shook his head. That kid is something else. Music ends. Meanwhile, at an unknown hideout, where no sun is shown to be shining down on it, there is a house in the middle of it. Inside the house where a group of thugs were hiding in. Failed. A small businessman growled at the man before him on the couch, staring at his thugs. I spent a lot of money to hire all of you because I heard you all were skilled ninja. He shouted to the man who was sitting on his couch. Stop complaining, Gato, the man said as he held his long sword to the businessman's neck, making him sweat. I'll use this decapitating knife and kill that guy. Are you really sure you guys will be okay? Gato asked. It looks like the bridge builder has hired some good ninjas, and since the demon brothers failed in the assassination, they'll be more cautious, so it won't be easy. Who do you think I am? The man giving Gato a death glare. I, Zabuza Momochi, was called the demon of the village hidden in the mist. Squad 7. I see land, Naruto told everyone throughout the misty lake. How can you tell? Sakura raised a brow along with Sasuke. I have good eyes. Naruto smirked. Everyone was riding in a boat, crossing the border to go to the land of waves. While riding the boat, the entire squad has learned that Gato, the owner of a company and one of the richest men in the world, is the one who wanted him dead. They also learned that Gato took over Land of Waves and is the one who's controlling everything in the village, which made Naruto increase his anger for the man. In fact, Land of Waves is now a poor country thanks to that bastard Gato. Once they reached land, everyone got out of the boat and continued on their way to the village. While they was walking, Naruto heard something coming from the bushes. He took out his shuriken and launched them at the bushes, causing the group to stop walking. Naruto began to walk to the bushes and moved them to the side. When he did, his eyes widened in comical shock. What he saw was a snow-white bunny with a shuriken surrounding his being, looking like a deer that got caught. Oops. Naruto chuckled sheepishly, picking up the rabbit. Sorry about that, little guy. I thought you were. He stopped as he sensed something coming. Get down! Kakashi suddenly yelled as he grabbed Tazuna and went to the ground, along with the genin, as a large sword flew in the air and embedded itself on a tree. Hey! That's dangerous! Naruto exclaimed as he released the rabbit, who quickly ran away. Everyone got up and turned to the sword. They saw a gray-skinned man with bandages wrapped around his lower face standing on it. Kakashi narrowed his eyes at the man before them. Is that? Who's this guy? Naruto asked. You know what, forget it. This guy threw a sword at my head. He was about to charge him but stopped when Kakashi held his arm out. He pouted at Kakashi, who ignored it. I should have known that Gato would hire you. Kakashi spoke up, getting the man's attention. Zabuza Momochi, the demon of the mist. Zabuza Momochi, huh? Naruto snarled as he cracked his knuckles. Perfect. I know the name of the punk I'm gonna beat down. No, Naruto. He's way out of your league, Kakashi said sternly. Kakashi of the Sharingan Eye. Zabuza spoke up. Did I get that right? Kakashi's lone eye narrowed. The what eye? Naruto asked, scratching his head in confusion. What? Is that some sort of special power? Sakura asked. Sasuke looked at Kakashi with a disbelief expression on his face. No way, he has the Sharingan. But how? It's too bad, huh? But you'll have to hand over the old man, Zabuza said as Kakashi gripped his forehead protector that was covering his left eye. All if you stay out of this fight and protect Tazuna, Kakashi told his squad. I taught you all teamwork and now is the time to use it. He moved his protector upward and opened his left eye, which was red and had 3 black dots on it. Well, looks like I get to see the Sharingan in action. It's an honor, Zabuza said, turning his body fully to everyone. Okay, can somebody please tell me what this Sharingan thing is? Naruto asked impatiently, an annoyed expression on his face. Sharingan. Sasuke spoke up, looking down, getting everyone's attention. A rare power. It resides in the eyes. The user of this visual jutsu or dojutsu can instantly see and comprehend any taijutsu, gain jutsu and ninjutsu and reflect the attack back at the attacker. The Sharingan is a special rare form of dojutsu. However, there's more to the Sharingan than that. A lot more. You got it right, boy. Zabuza spoke up. But you only scratched the surface. The Sharingan can beat an opponent's technique and copy it to the smallest detail. A mist starts to appear. As for you, Jonin, Zabuza continued as he looked at Kakashi. Any assassination unit of the Hidden Mist, we had a standing order to kill you on sight. Your profile was in our bingo book. They called you the man who copied over 1,000 jutsu, the copy ninja. Kakashi's eyes were narrowed as he glared at Zabuza. Copy ninja? Wow, I had no idea you were famous, Kakashi, Naruto said in an impressed tone. Let me get an autograph later on. Can you please take this seriously? Sakura asked in annoyance. Her annoyance grew when Naruto's smirk grew. Can't. The party is getting started. Sasuke continued to stare at Kakashi with a look of confusion. Wait a minute. The Sharingan is a rare trait that only occurs in a few members of the Uchiha clan. My clan. Could he be? I need to exterminate the old man. Now. Zabuza states as he bent down, getting ready to strike Tazuna, who gasped. The genin quickly formed a circle around Tazuna, weapons drawn. So I'll have to eliminate you first at Kakashi? Zabuza asked, staring down at him as he stood up. He grabbed his sword and jumped off the tree, landing on the water. Over there! Naruto yelled, turning to the splash noises. He and the others saw him in a stance as wind started to pick up around him. They looked around and saw the mist getting heavier by the second. Ninja art, hidden mist jutsu! Zabuza exclaimed as he disappeared into the mist. So this guy wanna play hide and seek, huh? Naruto asked. Sensei, Sakura called out. He'll come after me first, all of you stay with Tazuna, Kakashi said, taking a few steps forward. So hold up, just to be clear, this guy is like a former assassin for the Hidden Mist? Naruto asked. That's right. Zabuza Momochi, the ex-leader of the Hidden Mist assassination unit. He's a master of the silent killing technique. So he can kill us in an instant. Well, that's good to know. Naruto said sarcastically as he noticed the mist getting thicker and thicker. What's up with this mist? The land of waves is surrounded by ocean. This floating mist is ever present. Tazuna answered. Naruto looks around as he continued to stare at the mist. Outside his expression was serious, but inwardly he was cheering. So now they're facing an enemy who's excellent in silent killing, and he's using this mist as an advantage to his technique. Unlike those demon brothers, he didn't find them all that exciting, but with this guy he found himself the excitement he was looking for. Naruto felt a pulse of chakra erupt from Kakashi, making the mist less thicker so they can see more clearly. His eyes widened as he sensed fear coming from Sasuke. He looks at him at the corner of his eyes and saw him shaking. Sasuke, Kakashi spoke up, getting his attention. Calm down. I'll protect you with my life. I will not allow my comrades to die. He turns slightly and I smiles at him, making Sasuke calm down slightly. I wouldn't be so sure. Everyone's eyes widened as Zabuza had appeared in the circle, eyes closed and sword ready to strike. He opened his eyes. It's over, Zabuza said, causing Kakashi to turn around. Watch out. When Zabuza was about to strike Tazuna, Naruto used his telekinesis to keep Zabuza in place while Kakashi stabbed him from the back. Zabuza grunted in pain, making Naruto look at him before he looked down. His eyes widened when saw water leaking and no blood. He quickly looks behind Kakashi and saw the real Zabuza behind him. Kakashi! Naruto jumped back, releasing the clone. Kakashi turns around, just as the fake Zabuza turned to water, just in time to see Zabuza cut him in half. Zabuza smirked at his accomplishment before his eyes widened in shock as he saw Kakashi turn to water. He saw through his illusion and copied his technique. Not bad. He suddenly felt the cold steel of a kunai press against his neck. Don't move, Kakashi said. Now it's over. Nice try. Zabuza spoke up calmly. Kakashi's eyes widened as he felt Zabuza appear behind him. But I'm not that easy to fool. Another clone, Sakura exclaimed as it turned to water. The demon swordsman swiped his sword in order to cut Kakashi's head clean off. But he dodged it and kicked him in the chin, sending him flying into the lake. Zabuza then dashed off in order to go in for the kill but stopped as he noticed something on the ground. Trying to slow me down, huh? Zabuza asked as he stopped running and turns around. Foolish. He jumps and went into the lake. Damn it. Naruto swore as everyone else looked shocked. Kakashi came out of the water. This isn't normal water. It's dense, heavy. He thought as he looked at it. Ha, fool! Zabuza appeared behind him, doing hand signs. Water prison jutsu. No! Kakashi exclaimed as he turned around and found himself inside a water sphere. Escaping to water, really bad idea. Okay, that's it. Naruto was about to run but stopped and blocked a kick from Zabuza's water clone. He narrowed his eyes at it. So back to this thing, huh? He reached into his pocket. Hey Sasuke, you listening? Yeah, I'm listening. Good, 'cause I got a plan. Naruto smirked. A real plan this time. A real plan? Sasuke asked, staring at Naruto. Kakashi's eyes widened in shock. What are you doing? You have to get out of here. Your mission is to protect the bridge builder. If you stay and fight, he'll. Music, His World E3 version, Sonic the Hedgehog, 2006. And I told you I don't give a damn, Naruto said. I do things my way. And that means making sure everyone gets out of this alive, including you, Kakashi. His answer shocked Kakashi to the core. Hey Nobrow, put this in that bingo book of yours and remember this face. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, the future Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village. And Squad 7 are the ones who took you down. Everyone stared at Naruto with surprised expressions. Sakura felt some sort of confidence well up inside of her. Tazuna had brand new respect for him. Naruto did a hand sign. Now, Shadow Clone Jutsu. Multiple Naruto appeared and at the Zabuza clone, dogpiling it. The clone then attacked, making the Naruto clone scatter and disappear. The clone heard movement and turned its head before its eyes widened as it saw a tree, covered in cyan glow, charging at it. It jumped out of its way before it dodged another tree. Hey! The clone turns around and saw Naruto on his sword. He made a teasing face at it, making it angry as it tried to hit him, but he jumped on his head and did flip. He reached into his book bag and tossed an object in the air. Sasuke catch, was all he said before he disappeared in a poof of smoke, revealing it was a clone. Sasuke looks up and grabs the object. He looks at it, and his eyes widened. So that was the plan. Not bad, Naruto. He moved his hand just as the object starts to activate itself, revealing it to be a large shuriken. Demon Wind Shuriken, Windmill of Shadows. Sakura smiled in excitement at seeing such a cool-looking weapon. A shuriken? You wouldn't even touch me with that, the water clone said. Sasuke jumped in the air and threw the shuriken at the clone, as it stood still. Its eyes widened as the shuriken went past it. So you're aiming for the real thing, huh? The real Zabuza asked. Smart. But not smart enough. He caught the shuriken in his hand. His eyes widened as he saw another one. A second shuriken in the shadow of the first? The Shadow Shuriken Jutsu. The second shuriken is on target. And he can't catch this one, Sakura thought. As the shuriken got closer and closer, Zabuza jumped over it as it went past him. I told you a shuriken can't hit me, he told them as Sakura had a shocked expression while Sasuke smirked. The shuriken continued to fly, but a poof of smoke appeared and Naruto was in its place, holding a glowing ring, shocking everyone, except a smirking Sasuke, to the core. Zabuza turns around with a shocked expression. What? Naruto grips the ring tightly as he began to glow yellow. Take this. He turns into a spinning ball and dashed at Zabuza with incredible speed. He landed a direct hit on Zabuza's stomach, making him gasp out in pain as the strange technique pushed him back and made him fly upwards. Naruto then kicked Zabuza further in the air before he took out the Chaos Emerald. Chaos Control, he thought as time stopped. He flies behind Zabuza and used a powerful axe kick on his back, just as time returned to normal, and sent him crashing back to the lake. Splash! Zabuza crashed into the water, but he used his chakra to make him stand on the surface. He glares up at a free-falling Naruto, who was smirking in a beepy manner, and wagged his finger back and forth. Zabuza was about to throw the shuriken at him, but stopped when Kakashi appeared and blocked it with his bare arm, as he glared at him. Music fades. Naruto, that was an excellent plan you made, Kakashi said. Ha! Damn right it was, Naruto said, his ego starting to show as he landed to where the others were. The perfect distraction to get Nobrow off his game. You gotta seriously love the shadow clones. And that awesome gold ring. I knew that thing's powerful, but not that kind of powerful. Alright, you don't have to brag about it, Sasuke said with a smirk. It was just a fluke, Tazuna yelled comically. Call it whatever you want, those two were perfect out there. They communicated without even talking to each other. Though it looked like the two hate each other, they looked like they were a perfect team out there. Sakura thought in awe. She then thought back on what Naruto said about that gold ring. What exactly was that? Where did Naruto get it? How did he use it to gain such power boosts? Nonetheless, it's excellent. You've matured, haven't you? Kakashi asked. Hey! I've always matured! Naruto exclaimed. I just don't show it. Now kick this guy's butt so we can drop Tazuna off. Believe me, Kakashi said as he glared at Zabuza, his Sharingan glowing. I will! Kakashi and Zabuza have clashed with kunai and sword in hand respectively. Zabuza then went in as he tried to roundhouse kick Kakashi only for him to duck it and do a couple of back flips away from him. Zabuza then starts to jump a few feet away from him and was doing hand seals at a fast pace. Kakashi, thanks to his Sharingan, began to copy what Zabuza was doing at the same fast pace as he was. Naruto narrowed his eyes at S hand seals. He scoffed. They call that fast? Water style, water dragon missile! Both shinobi shouted. The genin and Tazuna saw two of the same water dragons rise from the sea, glaring at each. They gave out a roar and charged at each other. Zabuza's dragon was pushing Kakashi's backwards, proving to it that it's going to win. However, Kakashi's dragon pushed, also letting it know that it's not going to give up. They continued on for what seems like minutes until Kakashi's dragon pushed even more while giving out a mighty roar. But then, both of the dragons just exploded and splashed. The massive splash made Naruto scream comically as he was lifted in the air. He looks down and saw a water torpedo heading towards a tree, before it slammed into it. He heard a yell of pain, which sounded like Zabuza, and saw him embedded into the tree by kunai. He also saw Kakashi on top of a tree branch above Zabuza. Way to go, Sin. Huh! Naruto gasped along with everyone else as they saw two needles appear and stab Zabuza in the neck. Kakashi and Naruto turned their heads to where the needles came from and saw a male ninja. He wore pinstripe outfit which stopped at his knees. Over this, he wore a green haori with white trimmings, and around his waist a brown sash with a fringed trail wrapped around his waist twice. He also wore light brown platoon sandals with straps in the same color as his kimono, and nail polish on his fingernails and toenails a matching blue-green color. His long hair was gathered in a white bun holder, while two locks of his hair fell loose framing his face, bound with metal hair cuffs at the ends. He wore a hunter-knee mask, which was white with thin, curved eye holes and a red wavy design in place of the mouth, as well as a symbol etched in the top. You were right. It was his last battle, the young man said as he got everyone's attention. Naruto flipped in the air and landed on the ground softly. He turns to Zabuza and saw Kakashi already beside Zabuza checking his pulse. Well? No vital signs. Kakashi answered Naruto as he glared at the masked man, who bowed to him. Thank you. I have been tracking Zabuza for a very long time, waiting for this chance to finally take him down. Judging by your mask, I can see you're a tracker ninja from the Hidden Mist village, Kakashi stated. Impressive. You're well informed, the masked man said. Tracker, huh? Naruto asked as he appeared in front of the others, a dead serious expression on his face. I heard of you, you guys have a special role, right? When a rogue ninja like Zabuza leaves their villages, with so much of the village's secrets, it's the tracker ninja's job to find those rogue ninja of their respective villages to hunt and eliminate them. Sakura stared at Naruto with a surprised expression. How'd you know that? You weren't even there that day back at the academy. Just like that, the serious expression from before dropped as Naruto's face vaulted to the ground comically. They have things called books, you know. Besides, there was a personal reason why I didn't come that day. You are correct, the masked man said. I'm a member of an elite tracking unit of the village hidden in the mist. It was my duty to stop Zabuza. Kakashi's eyes were narrowed. But in any case, Naruto said as he looked up at the masked boy. What the heck, man? He yelled, getting everyone's attention. How the hell were you able to do that? Zabuza is at the same level as Kakashi-sensei, Yet you took him down with only 2 needles. He was our enemy, not yours. Sakura and Tazuna had comical shocked expressions from what Naruto said, while Sasuke just muttered moron under his breath. Easy, Naruto, Kakashi said as he stood up, walking beside Naruto, hands in his pockets. Come on, sensei, this kid took down Zabuza with 1 blow, so what does that make the 3 of us? Naruto asked as Sakura looked down in thought. But then again, this kid. He looks up at the masked boy. Even though he's our age, he's still strong enough to take down someone like Zabuza. He felt Kakashi rubbed his head. That's right. In this world, there are kids, even though younger than you, are stronger than you, Kakashi said. They're also stronger than me. That made Sasuke grit his teeth to hear something like that. Naruto and Kakashi looked back at Zabuza's body and saw the tracker ninja picking the corpse up. Your struggle is over for now. I must deal with the remains, the tracker nin told them. There are many secrets in this body. They must not be allowed in the wrong hands. Please excuse me, this is farewell. Huh! Hey, wait a sec, Naruto ran to stop him before the boy disappeared. And he's gone. He deadpanned with a half-lidded expression. He sighed and shook his head. So, what happens now? Aside from taking the drunk builder back to his bridge to finish it. Oh, well, you guys can stay at my house and rest up, Tazuna said, smiling big. Think of it as an apology for getting you into this mess. Alright, let's get a move on, Kakashi told everyone as he covered his left eye. He took a few steps forward but stopped and fell to the ground, making everyone gasp. Kakashi? Naruto blinked as he and the others ran to him. Oh crap, Kakashi! Later. The group have entered Tazuna's house. While they entered, they met up with Tazuna's daughter, Tsunami, who was cooking dinner, and told them about what happened. Naruto and Sasuke took Kakashi to a room. It's only been a few minutes, but Kakashi was starting to wake up now. Luckily, Naruto and the others entered and saw Kakashi and Tsunami. About time you woke up, Sleeping Beauty. Naruto smirked as he and the others sat down around him. Next time try and take it easy on using that Sharingan thing. He's right, sensei. Your Sharingan is amazing, but if you put much strain on it then this will happen. Sakura agreed. Sorry. Kakashi groaned. Something is definitely up though. About that tracker guy, Naruto said back in his serious voice, getting everyone's attention. What are you talking about? Sakura asked in confusion. Tracker ninja are supposed to dispose of a rogue ninja corpse completely. If the body holds that many secrets of the village, then they're obliterated on the spot, via burned to a crisp or eaten by an animal. Naruto explained. But that guy, he didn't do it. He just took Zabuza's body and ran off somewhere. Naruto's correct, Kakashi said. Think back on the weapons he used for the takedown. Do you remember it? Throwing needles. Sasuke's eyes widened. No way. Exactly. Kakashi nodded. None of it adds up. What are you all yammering about? Tazuna asked. You demolished that assassin. Here's the truth, Zabuza is still alive, Kakashi answered. Sakura and Tazuna screamed with comical shocked expressions and Naruto had a comical deadpan expression. Tsunami, a blue-haired young woman, gasped. Yup. Called it. Naruto stated, leaning back on the floor, staring up at the ceiling. But Kakashi, you said his heart stopped, you checked it yourself, Sakura exclaimed. His heart did stop, in a temporary state, Kakashi said, thinking back from earlier. The weapons that tracker used are called Samban. They can pierce deeply but rarely kill once they hit a vital organ. In short, our little tracker wasn't trying to kill Zabuza but save him from Kakashi-sensei when he tried to deal the final blow by using the Samban to stab him in the neck and take him away. And now we got a powerful assassin and his sidekick to deal with, Naruto said in annoyance. Honestly, he didn't want to hear any of that crap anymore, add to the fact that he was about to fall asleep. However, an excited grin formed on his face as he stood up. Oh yeah! Not only are dealing with Zabuza but the tracker guy too. Time for some major butt kicking. He did a kick after he said that. Alright then. Sasuke. Sakura. It's time to prepare ourselves for our fight. Let's get some training done. Bonk. Ow. What the hedgehog? Naruto yelled as he grabbed his head. The heck was that for Sakura? That's for being an idiot. Look at Kakashi-sensei. Do you honestly think he can give us some last-minute training to make us stronger to fight Zabuza? Sakura asked. Naruto rolled his eyes. Yeah. What, you think that just because he's like this means he's not gonna train us? Naruto-sensei could barely defeat him even with his Sharingan. We have to be reasonable about this. Sakura exclaimed. Cha! Is this idiot trying to get us killed? Inner Sakura asked. Sakura, Kakashi spoke up. Why do you think I was able to stop Zabuza? Because you all helped me. You've grown. He turns to Naruto. Naruto. Yeah? Kakashi, I smiled at him. You've grown the most. Heh. Naruto grinned. Just watch, things are gonna get better, believe it. I don't believe it. And nothing's gonna get better. Everyone turned to the voice and saw Little at the door. He wore a green overalls with a yellow shirt and a simple pair of sandals. He also wore a blue and white striped hat under the brim of his eyes. Who's the kid? Naruto asked as Tazuna sat on his knees with his arms out. Inari, where've you been? Grandpa. Inari ran to him and hugged him. Inari, that was very rude. Tsunami scolded him. These ninja helped your grandpa and brought him home safely. It's okay, Tazuna exclaimed, rubbing his grandson's head. I'm rude to them as well. No kidding. Naruto muttered as Inari looked at them and turned to his mother. Mom, don't you see these people are gonna die? Gato and his men are gonna come back and kill them, Inari exclaimed. Say what? Naruto glared at him. Listen and listen, good kid, you're talking to Naruto Uzumaki, the Hidden Leaf, no wait, the world's ultimate ninja and the future Hokage of the Leaf Village. He pointed at himself and grinned. Ultimate ninja? Sasuke, Sakura and Kakashi all deadpanned at Naruto's self-proclaimed title, which he ignored. The hell? Tazuna asked, staring at Naruto as if he was dumb. Ain't no way some thug is no match for a hero. There's no such thing as a hero, Inari said. You're just full of stupid ideas. Stupid ideas, that it's. I'm gonna dash. Naruto stops as he sensed the presence of 2 emeralds nearby. Huh. If you want to stay alive, you should head back where you belong. Inari finished as he left the room, completely ignoring his grandfather, who was calling out to him. Naruto still remained where he was as he stared off into space. Naruto? Sakura shook him. Getting no response, she shook him again. Naruto! Huh! Naruto turned his head to Sakura. What is it? You were staring off into space. Are you okay? Sakura asked. Oh yeah. Of course. Naruto said. Hey listen, I'm gonna head out real quick, I'll be back soon, he said as he left the room. He could hear noises upstairs and went to go check. As he got closer to where the noises were coming from, he could hear that it was sobbing noises. He peeked into the room and saw Inari, his back facing him, holding something in his house. Daddy? Naruto looked down at the floor as he silently left the house, his hair shadowing his eyes. Once he left the house, Naruto took out 2 Chaos Emeralds. The emerald in his left hand is green, the one he found at the day he took the bell test, while the one on the right is yellow, which he found a few days later on top of the Hokage mountain. Naruto looked down at the emeralds and saw they were glowing brighter and brighter as he went to the same direction. The ultimate ninja stops as he saw his reflection in the water, making him realize he was standing in front of a lake. He looks down in the lake and saw something glowing purple and red. Huh! Naruto's eyes widened as he saw the glowing lights were coming up to the surface. Both red and purple chaos emeralds came out of the lake glowing brightly before they floated towards him. Whoa! Naruto muttered as he saw both emeralds floating in front of him, spinning around his body before they went inside him, along with the emeralds he had in his hands. He gasped as he started to see another vision. The vision, this time, shows a cave not too far from where's he at, and apparently there's something inside it as there's a glowing rainbow aura around it. Once the vision ended, Naruto shook his head and rubbed his forehead. Oh man, what a rush! He stopped and turned to the direction of the cave. Time to see what this thing is. He took off in a blur, and in the next moment he arrived at the cave. Once he entered the cave, his eyes widened in awe as he saw floating attachments, that looks like they belonged to the heel of his sneakers, in front of him surrounded by a rainbow aura. One closer look at them, and he saw how that were some glowing green lines on them. Whoa, what are those? Naruto asked as he walked in front of the heels. However, once his foot stepped into the rainbow aura, it erupted, causing Naruto to cover his eyes. When he opened them, his eyes widened as he saw the heels were gone. He looked around before he looked behind his sneakers and he gasped as they were now attached to them. You've found the light speed shoes. Now you can perform the light speed dash. The light speed dash lets you race towards rings at light speed. As long as there's a trail of rings you can go just about anywhere. A feminine voice said to Naruto, making him blink and look around. Hey! Hey, who said that? He began to get scared thinking that it was a ghost. He turns to the entrance of the cave and saw a trail of golden rings right in front of him. Naruto blinked. What the dash? Where the hell did they come from? He stares at them as he recalled what the voice said. The light speed dash lets him race towards rings at light speed. He looks down at his new upgraded sneakers. Light speed dash, huh? A grin appears on his face as he approached the rings. When he did, he tried out his new technique and he found himself dashing as he collected all the rings, not seeing that he was leaving after images of himself. He found himself back in front of the lake. Awesome! Naruto exclaimed as he looked at the light speed shoes again. He then raced back to the house. Unknown to Naruto, he was being watched from afar by someone in the shadows. Next day. Today is a new day. The three genin found themselves standing in a forest in front of their sensei. Kakashi, still not being able to stand on his own, supported himself with a set of wooden crutches. What exactly are we doing here? Sasuke asked. We're gonna do a little training exercise today, Sasuke. Kakashi replied. So what's this training we're gonna be doing, sensei? Sakura asked. Kakashi's eye curled up in a smile. Well, I thought we'd do something fun today. He threw a hand out behind him to the trees. We're going to do a little tree climbing. The genin's expressions were a bit underwhelming, to say the least. Say what now? Naruto asked. Could you repeat that? Sakura deadpanned, unsure if she'd heard Kakashi-sensei right. Did he seriously want them to climb trees? How is tree climbing training? Naruto asked, voicing the thoughts of everyone there. In fact, with my speed I can run up them all day if I wanted to. Heck, I could even use my telekinesis to fly up there. Oh. Kakashi sounded as if he'd remembered just why it was training, as if they believed that. Sorry, I guess I forgot to mention, no hands allowed. He stared at Naruto. Same with your telekinesis and speed, Naruto. No hands? No telekinesis? No speed? Naruto asked with an outraged expression on his face. Then how the hell are we supposed to climb the tree? The other two nodded with his assessment. Oh no, wait a sec, Naruto said in realization. That's right. You use chakra. Shinobi generally regard the feet as the hardest place to channel chakra, even more so since the feet are usually covered by sandals. Thus it is that much harder because you have to force chakra through the rubber. Of course, it varies from person to person, but I guarantee that all three of you will fall at least once. The masked Jonin turned to the tree behind him and proceeded to walk straight at it. When he got to it, Kakashi just kept walking, straight up at a 90-degree angle. He finally reached the lowest branch, which hung high over their heads. The teens stared at him, their mouths opened. Trust me, he called down to them. This isn't as easy as I make it look. On the plus side though, when you're done with this and get all the way to the top, your chakra control will be much better, and you'll be that much stronger. Then he dropped 3 kunai down to the shinobi members of the group and they got to work. Use those kunai to mark your progress. I don't expect each of you to reach the treetop on the first try, also I would recommend a running start to gain some momentum. No problem. This should be a piece of cake. Naruto grinned, twirling the kunai on his finger. Less talk, more action, Naruto, Kakashi told his student. Naruto nodded and all three formed the ram hand seal, the ground around their feet glowing blue from the slightly flaring chakra. Let's do it to it. Naruto grinned. The genin took off running towards their respective trees. Sasuke made it only a few steps before the amount of chakra he was using blew him off the tree with a small explosion of wood. Naruto tried to run up but he fell, while Sakura made it to the very top. What the hell? How did Sakura make it to the top while we got blown away? Naruto asked in comical shock and anger as the girl stuck her tongue out playfully. Kakashi cleared his throat, getting everyone's attention. I can explain that, Naruto. When you put too much chakra, the surface's own energy will repel you off, too little and you'll never stick. The reason Sakura was able to go so far is simple. Females tend to have small chakra reserves, which in turn means their chakra control is enormous. Kakashi explained. That is so sexist. Naruto deadpanned, before he realized something. Crap. I was so busy training my other powers, I didn't even bother to train my chakra. Shit! You and Sasuke as males tend to normally have high chakra reserves, which means average to below average control, especially you, Naruto, seeing how you have large chakra reserves than all of us. This is the main reason why most of the best gain jutsu specialists and medic needs tend to be female. Kakashi smiles at them. If I recall, there was a certain someone who said he wanted to be Hokage one day and is a self-proclaimed ultimate ninja. Seems like Sakura might have a chance to have both those titles, don't you think? Naruto grit his teeth comically as a large vein appeared on his head. There is no way in hell someone is gonna take the title of ultimate ninja. That's his as he came up with it first. Especially his Hokage position. As for the great Uchiha clan, they might not be so great after, Kakashi said to Sasuke as he huffed. Naruto and Sasuke then turned to each other, eyes narrowed. Seems like they're motivated, Kakashi thought. Meanwhile, secret hideout. In a hidden base up in the treetops of a forest in waves, Zabuza was resting his body, his faithful tool Haku watching over him and trying to speed up his recovery. Haku, you have all the finesse of a butcher. Did you have to hit my neck? Zabuza, I didn't want to scar your body, besides the neck was easier to target during the chaos of your battle, Haku said with an innocent smile. You're a sadistic one, that's for sure, Zabuza mumbled, getting a giggle from his tool. A voice from the doorway drew their attention. It seems ninja from Wave are overrated, it seems. You got some nerve showing your face around here after taking a beating like that. Gato, a small pudgy dwarf of a man, stood there in his press suit with 2 samurai bodyguards flanking him. You can't even clean up for your miserable subordinates, the demon, yeah right. Zabuza kept quiet though he palmed a kunai under the blanket covering him, knowing he would have no problem taking the dwarf's arm off if he so much as even thought about touching him. Both Gato's bodyguards reached for their swords, only for Gato to motion for them to stop. Hold it, you two. So what, Zabuza? Got nothing to say for yourself? No last words? Slowly Gato reached for Zabuza's neck, inching closer and closer. Zabuza gripped the kunai in his hand and was about to swing before Haku grabbed Gato's arm and squeezed hard, breaking the pudgy man's arm. Oh! Gato screams in pain as he fell on his knees. Let me go! Let me go! Let me go! You will not touch Zabuza. The look in Haku's eyes were as a pure cold-hearted murderer. It even made Gato shiver in fear just looking at them. The businessman screams more as he felt the hand gripping him tight before he struggled to get away. By doing so, 2 emeralds dropped out from his jacket pocket, one blue and the other turquoise. Gato's bodyguards both began to draw their swords, but in an instant their swords were in Haku's hands and the blades against their throats, drawing a small line of blood. You don't want to do that, not when I'm angry. This kid is some kind of monster, Gato and his guards thought before moving away from Zabuza and Haku. Gato quickly went to the emeralds and used his good hand to put them back where they belong. Zabuza, there had better not be any more mistakes. Understood? If you fail again, don't even think you can come back here. All 3 left, and for a minute no one spoke. Haku, there was no need for you. I know, but it's too soon to finish him off. If we cause a commotion here, we'll have to run again. And besides, he doesn't deserve to touch you. Zabuza looked at the teen for a moment before snorting, trying to go to sleep. The forest, land of waves. Oh, come on! Naruto roared as he kicked the tree in anger. I almost had it that time. Sasuke couldn't understand it. He was an Uchiha, not only that he was the rookie of the year, so why was tree walking so damn hard for him? He glared at the tree, which he was sure was glaring back at him for all the foot-shaped holes and slash marks that were now in it. Sakura was allowed to go in to eat, while both he and Naruto weren't allowed until they made it to at least where Sakura had gotten. The 2 of them then glared at each other before they dashed off at their trees again. They both reached their mark, with Naruto being a bit higher than Sasuke. Come on, almost, Naruto whispered before he sighed and sat down. Thank you, Sakura. Hey, Naruto. Naruto turned to Sasuke as the Uchiha heir kept looking away from him, and he had some red dusting his cheeks, which made Naruto raise an eyebrow at him. Do you think? Naruto blinked before he went, oh. A cheeky grin appeared on his face. Oh, I get it. You want some help with this thing and you want to know what Sakura told me? Sasuke grumbled but nodded. Naruto hummed. Not telling ya. Sasuke glared at him comically while Naruto still had that cheeky Sonic grin. But since we're teammates and all, I guess I can help. Naruto instantly appeared and wrapped his arm around Sasuke's neck, much to his annoyance. Alright, listen up. Next day, Naruto was snoring softly. He groaned when he felt the sun hitting his face, making him cover his eyes with his hand. He looked around and saw he was in the forest. What the hell? When did? Oh yeah. He closed his eyes as he remembered. After finishing training yesterday, both him and Sasuke were even more fired up to compete each other. As they made it to the house, they ate so much food last night that they puked it out. It was also then that they learned what happened to Inari to make him become that. Apparently, his father, or more accurately his stepfather, was a well-known hero in the land of waves. He had done some many things for their village that everyone loved and respected him. However, when Gato showed up, he caught Inari's father and beat him in submission. Gato even got everyone in the village together to witness the execution of their hero, and Inari had a front row seat. Since then, the village and Inari hadn't been the same again. So Naruto made a vow. He left the house and swore to everyone that he would make the kid believe that heroes exist. Man! Go away, son, Naruto muttered before he heard chirping from birds. He then felt a hand grab him. Hey! Wake up! Naruto groaned as he opened his eyes, and what he saw made him blink. He saw a beautiful woman. She has long black hair, pale skin, and large, dark brown eyes. She wore pink Japanese clothes. Both were staring at each other for a few minutes before Naruto stood up. Hey! He waved to her. He then began to blush a little. What are you doing here? I was gathering herbs, the woman said. Later, Naruto decided to help the woman gather some herbs. Phew. Naruto sat down on the grass. You sure do gather herbs, huh? Of course. I guess you could say it helps calm my mind, the woman said. But I was surprised when I saw you sleeping out here. Naruto chuckled. That's 'cause I was training. Training? You're a ninja? I'm not just any ninja. Naruto grinned as he pointed at himself. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, the world's ultimate ninja. Well, it's nice to meet you, Naruto. I'm Haku. The woman blinked. Also, ultimate ninja. Yup. And last night I was training on this stupid tree walking exercise my sensei had me do. Naruto scratched his head and closed one eye. I thought it would be easy, but I guess I was wrong. All because of this stupid chakra of mine. Guess I still have some work to do. Why do you want to train so much? The woman asked. Naruto twitched as his expression slowly turned serious. I want to get stronger. So that way I can become Hokage of the Leaf Village, so that way everyone can respect me. He then grins to her. And I want to prove this stupid kid a lesson. And his smile vanished as he looked away. Another reason. The woman stared at him before she looked down at his hands and saw he was holding what looked like a purple star charm. Does your other reason have something to do with that star charm? Naruto's eyes widened as he looked down and saw he was indeed holding on to his star charm. He was shaking as memories began to flash in his head. Did it belong to someone precious to you? Naruto's lips trembled as an image of a girl appeared. Oh, how he wished to see her face. Let's play Naruto. Her happy face. I swear you're so naive. Her stern face. Come back here and face your punishment. Her comical angry face. I promise, we'll be bestest friends forever. Her gentle smile. Naruto put the charm on his chest and kneeled over slightly as though he was in pain. It just hurts. It hurts so much whenever he was thinking about her. His heart would always be in pain every time he thought about that day. The day he failed to keep his promise to her. The day she was taken from him. The woman watched Naruto as he was breathing heavily while keeping the charm close to his chest. That charm. It meant a lot to him, she could tell. Whoever it was that gave it to him, something must have happened to them. When a person has something precious they want to protect, only then can they become stronger. The person who gave you that, are they precious to you? Of course she is. Naruto exclaimed as he stood up, glaring down at the woman. She means everything to me. She was the first person to ever acknowledge me, the first person I've ever played and had fun with. To accept me for who I am. She's my. He looks down. My best friend. And what happened to her? She was. Her crying face appeared in his mind as half her body was vanishing. I don't really know how to explain it. Naruto admitted sadly before a determined expression appeared on his face. But I do know she's out there somewhere. She's waiting for me. That's why. I have to get stronger so that way when I find her, I'll be able to keep my promise. I see. The woman smiled as she stood up. That's good. I hope you find her someday. Having precious people in your life and needing new ones can always make someone grow stronger. It's not just raw power itself. It's the bond you form with people, that's where true strength lies. Naruto's eyes widened at the wisdom the woman spoke. He looks at his charm and a small smile appeared on his face. He then grinned at the woman. Right, I hear ya. But what about you, lady? The woman smiled. I too have someone precious to me. I want to protect him and help him make his dream come true. She stood up. Goodbye. I hope we meet soon. She walked away before she stopped. Oh, by the way, I'm a boy. Naruto's eyes popped out of his sockets, and his jaw dropped as he the boy. That's a dude. I just said all that stuff to a guy. He yelled inwardly. No way. No way. No way. What the heck is going on with the world? I want a do-over. A do-over, I say. I mean dash? Smack. Oh. Naruto looked up and saw Sasuke was there. The hell was that for? You want to pick a fight? Did you forget about breakfast? Sasuke asked. You're such a loser. Naruto stared at him before he huffed and turned away but gave him a smirk which made Sasuke raise an eyebrow at him. Later. Naruto! Sakura called out as she and Kakashi were in the forest, looking for him. Knowing Naruto, he could be anywhere. And Sasuke hasn't come back. I wonder where they are. Here. A kunai sailed to them as it landed in front of them. They looked up and saw Naruto was relaxing on tree branch on a very tall tree. Ha! How'd you like me now, sensei? I did it with chakra. Whoa! An amazed Sakura whispered as Kakashi stared in silent surprise. Check it out, y'all. Naruto stood up and fell backwards, making Kakashi's eye widen while Sakura screamed. Ha! Got ya! He used his chakra to stick to the tree branch as he stood upside down. You idiot! You really worried us! Sakura yelled at him. Whatever. This is the power of the ultimate ninja. Ha 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 ha. Naruto laughed in victory before he began to feel air. He then fell down. Oh. Kakashi's eye widened. You just had to do it, didn't you, show off? Sakura shouted comically. Crap. 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 Naruto wailed his arms before he realized something. He had telekinesis now. Oh wait, he stopped when he felt someone grab his ankle, stopping his fall. Ultimate ninja? More like an ultimate loser, Sasuke stated. Shut up. You're just jealous I thought of the title before you, Naruto exclaimed as he glared at Sasuke comically. Kakashi smiled at the two while Sakura was in fangirl mode. Afterwards. It was now dark outside as Kakashi and Sakura were at Tazuna's house, all of them waiting for Naruto and Sasuke to return. The door opened, revealing the two as Naruto grinned. Heh! We made it to the top, he said. Good. Kakashi nodded. Starting tomorrow, you two will be Tazuna's bodyguards. Awesome, Naruto said before he fell back, dragging Sasuke along with him, as everyone, except Inari, laughed at them. Later, Naruto and Sasuke got up to the table eating dinner with everyone. Naruto was ignoring what everyone was saying as he was more focused on the boy he talked to earlier. What heck was that even about? Who was that guy anyway? And why did he feel familiar to him? But why? Naruto blinked as he heard the soft whisper. He turns to Inari. Why what? He asked as the kid slammed his hands on the table. All this stupid training is just a waste of time, Inari exclaimed. Gato's got a whole army and he will destroy you. His outburst caused everyone to stare at him. These cool things you say, they don't mean anything, Inari continued. No matter what you do, the strong always wins and the weak perish. Naruto scoffed. Oh please kid, You're not even a ninja, so you have zero idea on how we do things. Why don't you shut up? Just looking at you makes me sick. You don't know anything about this country. You're always laughing and goofing around. You don't know what it's like to suffer and being treated like dirt. You probably haven't lost someone important to you. Inari shouted at him. Slam! Everyone gave startled gasps as Naruto appeared in front of Inari and gripped him by his collar as he slammed him into the wall behind them, making cracks appear. Naruto himself had his eyes shadowed over. Let me tell you something, you little punk. He spoke in a cold, dark tone that made his squad's eyes widen in surprise at hearing such a tone coming from him. There are people all over the world who are suffering just as much you, if not worse, and they've lost people important to them as well. Memories of that day flashed in his mind. Someone very important to me disappeared right in front of my eyes, and I don't know why. I believe that someone or something took her away, and I've been trying to search for her every goddamn day. I even had to sneak out of my village multiple times to go and search for her myself before the ninja there had to drag me back and tie me down on my damn bed. That made Sakura and Sasuke's eyes widened in surprise while Kakashi's eye was narrowed. So those rumors were true. What he's talking about is that there were rumors about Naruto sneaking out of the village, sometimes during day while in the middle of night. They say that he was planning on leaving for good, while others say that he was looking for someone. I swore that once I became a ninja I would go out and find her. Naruto continued. Before you even say she might be dead, she isn't. I know that deep down in my heart she's alive because I have this. Naruto dug into his pocket and took out his star charm. This was the first gift I ever received from anyone in my village. She made this for me and I made something similar to it for her. She said that these charms would lead us back together again if we ever got separated, and I believe her. Whenever I hold this in my hand I can feel her presence. It's faint, but it's proof she's out there somewhere, and she's waiting for me to come find her. Naruto still had his head lowered. Unlike you, who's nothing but a winner, I'm still fighting. Fighting to reach my dream and to find her. I don't know your father, but he was a hero in this whole country. If he was still alive right now, he would still be fighting Gato. He was shaking now as he grit his teeth. But instead of doing that, you're just sitting here whining and complaining like some sorry little victim. As far as I can tell. Naruto now raised his head and glared at Inari darkly. You're nothing but a coward. And your father would be disappointed that you're just crying your eyes out and not fighting to take back your home. That made Inari's eyes widen and tears to gather as Naruto released him. Naruto! Sakura stood up, glaring at Naruto. That's going way too. Stay out of this, Sakura. Naruto said darkly as he glared at her before he turned and left the room, slamming the door hard. Sakura flinched from the tone and the glare she received from him. It's been a long time since she's seen that look and heard that tone from Naruto during academy days. To be honest, she hoped that she would never meet that version of Naruto again, because she was afraid of him. And she has never been afraid of Naruto before. But that friend of his that he was talking about, now that she thought about it, she remembered seeing a girl talking to Naruto after school was over and the two would leave together. She even came to the academy during class at point. She hadn't seen her in a while, and that was before Naruto's sudden behavior change. Naruto. Sasuke was in the same boat. That explains why Naruto has been quiet on some of those days back at the academy, and more violent. There were also times when Naruto hasn't even been to the academy all day. He left the village to go and search for this friend of his. He wouldn't lie, he would do the same thing if it meant finding him of all people. But Sasuke knew he wasn't strong enough back then. Even today he's not strong enough to fight him yet. He also had no clue or the whereabouts of his location. Kakashi watched his student leave the room as a sigh escaped his lips. He then turns to Inari, who was sobbing on the floor. Naruto was sitting up on the roof as he sighed. Maybe he went too far with calling Inari a coward and saying his father was disappointed in him. But the stupid kid had to understand that the world isn't all black and white. There are people out there who are suffering more than him. That's how life works. We gotta suffer at some point, and we have to learn how to overcome it. Naruto took out his charm and looked up at the moon for a moment, before he closed his eyes. Am I right, Blaze? So this part ends here. Alright, that's it for today's video, guys. Let me know in the comment section how was the story, and also don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I will meet you in another video. Bye bye.